Just do these.
All right, so sitting to my left with star-crossed eyes, the gentleman.
Ooh. Good evening, afternoon.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Sitting in front of me again is Erika.
Sonic the Hedgehog's mother.
What? Hello?
Go here.
I don't
go fast.
Apparently fucking going on the
And
fucking
we're
carpool.
never going on another
Ready? Is that, oh,
Going on another what?
oh.
brunch, lunch.
That's not the way he described it when he was on the phone with me. He described you were on top of him and you wouldn't get off of him.
What?
Oh, get like
You were there. I can hear you in the background. There's a lot of panting. I don't know what the fuck was going on. My wife was listening to it. She's like, "Is Eddie calling you? Is Eddie calling you while you're having sex?" I'm like, "I guess. I don't know what the fuck is going on." So it's pretty great.
I showed up to like the waitress, all like saying, "Oh, he was like, he thought you weren't gonna show up. We didn't even think you existed," type of thing.
That's how
I told you. What you should have done is when you're sitting there for like 30 minutes, someone comes to you like, "Are you okay?" Be like, "Yeah, my wife is dead. This is what we used to do." Just to fuck with her. And then she show up and be like, "Hey, baby, like," just so they think some like, crazy shit. Just, you know, fuck it, who cares?
Just dressed like her.
I hire her once a year. That's not sex with him. That's not a hooker. You're not having sex with him. Unless something did. I don't know. To my right and one down, Eli is back after having his vagina powdered last week.
Hey, woo. For the record, it's wax and it smells brand new. So
He's got ruby red vagina wipes.
Yeah, thanks to you guys.
That's what he got.
For
Oh yeah.
yeah, you guys remember? You guys were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We got him vagina wipes, like literal vagina wipes.
Like, you know, as a gag gift.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was hoping it would be. As
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now we can do shit. You can see it now. And to my right, since I'm the head of the table, to my right hand man, the drip, Eddie.
Right here, baby.
The camera's that way.
Right. You gotta see the backwards.
Hey, when the wrestlers come out,
Yeah,
No.
I'll give you that.
He
All
turns to
right.
me and
You are
he's
the whole
like-
damn show.
Hey,
You are the
hey,
whole damn show.
hey,
Got you.
hey.
Got you.
You forgot his shirt. You know.
No, it's right there. The shirt's right there.
No, but he's been. Hey.
Oh, you wore it
The shirt's
yesterday.
there.
I wore it
You
yesterday.
wore it yesterday.
Yeah.
He did wear it on.
No, I was wearing the Return of the Critic.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, he's wearing the one.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a weird ass intro. Anybody got any news before I get into the other thing? Rob was looking, I think it was not last week, maybe before. You really want to see the pictures of God or
Gore the God
Gore
Butcher.
the God Butcher.
Oh yes, the new Thor trailer. I was very, very happy with it.
Oh yeah.
He does look fucking insane.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and like I did tell you guys earlier before we were on air, they said that he is, from what they said on set, it's as scary as Heath Ledger was as the Joker. How he is as that villain.
Wow.
Yeah, but I feel like Heath Ledger is like the go-to comparison anytime you're trying to say something is comic book movie great.
No, I think they're talking about villain great because Heath Ledger brought out that scariness in, like, Joaquin Phoenix brought out that, you know, that kind of like sad kind of like crazy side of the Joker. Heath Ledger brought out that crazy psycho side of the Joker. So, you know, I think for Christian Bale to be able to be a villain, because remember he auditioned for Joker in the Nolan series.
Oh, I do know that.
And Heath Ledger auditioned for Batman.
Oh.
And that's how it ended up happening. But yeah, so yeah, that was great. We got to talk about the Amber Heard trial. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my God! Yes, did you see not today's guy? Yesterday's witness.
Her expert witness
Yeah.
was up there because he said that he examined Johnny Depp, and he found him narcissistic and all this other kind of stuff. And then after like 20 minutes of like cross, he finally admitted he never, you know.
Oh, that was way more than 20 minutes. Or maybe. It
Well,
just
no, I
felt
cut it down. I
like
stopped watching after, but he never examined Johnny Depp.
But
went on a rant?
he never even answered any of the questions.
No, he didn't. It was great.
Not
And
like-
then he spazzed the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
You
I
started-
saw that. I kind of remind me of was it Bruce Almighty?
Yeah. So he started doing on stand. It was fucking hilarious.
That was his way of being offended. He was just like
Yeah,
like just making all these
he was
facial
offended.
expressions.
He was
Everyone
offended
was
because
just
he wasn't an
like,
expert.
"Are you okay? Are you?"
They're like, "Are you an actual expert?" He's like, "Well, I've been in my field." They're like, "We didn't ask you that. Like, are you an expert?" Well, my field. once again, we did not ask you, and they kept fucking saying that over, and then he went on some tangent about experts and all this is a lie and all this kind of shit. It just made her look bad.
Yeah.
Dr.
He
Phil.
was such a
Let's
joke.
be honest. The whole case is not looking very good for her. Just it's which is weird because they had the same trial in Europe and Johnny Depp pretty much lost.
It's because Johnny Depp didn't bring anybody.
Yeah.
Like, he thought it was just gonna be like
Quick.
quick little trial about something this because that's what they told him.
Right.
And they got in there. He got slammed with all this
Yeah,
shit.
all like the pictures and
Yeah.
stuff, and they were all like the ones that they compared, they were edited.
You could tell that, dude.
So how do
Like,
they allow
literally,
them?
You see the one with the cocaine that's supposed to be cocaine or whatever, and the concealer. So she said that she got a black eye, right?
Mhm.
So there's fucking blue and brown concealer next to her.
It's the bruise kit because it slipped.
Yeah, it's a bruise kit, like
She
right next
said
to her.
that.
She takes a picture of herself, like it's in the background.
Yeah,
And even Camilla's just like, "Hey, what's that?"
yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, that's my makeup." She's like, "It's not." And like you can literally see it,
Mhm.
and like you can see the judge's face just like this.
Because the
Like, she's
makeup
over it.
for actual like a theater makeup, it's actually called the bruise kit. And in like beauty world, if she was using like regular concealer, like professional brands, they're called color correction palettes.
Yeah.
You don't mix the names up. If you know about anything about makeup, like the girls would know, you would not automatically think bruise kit, unless you're doing theater or print.
Yeah.
So that was like her.
She's gonna go to prison.
She died.
She's gonna go
So, hold
to
on.
prison. She's gonna
So when I
say.
want to do my gothy makeup, I gotta look for a bruise kit so I can get myself those dark eyes.
Yeah, or you can just do the color wheel. And,
Color wheel?
Yeah.
I'm colorblind though.
My shirt was pink and it's like a salmon, and we're just like.
I am a professional makeup artist. I may assist you if you're
See, there you
kind
go.
to.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you
Take
go.
more
Yeah.
service.
But you have to like
More so.
you
That's true.
have to like Top Gun.
You have to like
I'm listening.
You have to like Top Gun, the second one.
I have to
Oh,
like
you
it.
have to like
No, you have to
So
like it. No,
apparently I
you
won't
have
hire
to.
you to do my job.
No.
And
You
I'm
don't
already
have to like
convinced
it.
I'm not gonna like
No,
it.
you don't have to like it. You just have to go into it with an open mind, not go into like negative.
Oh, he does that. He goes
Oh,
with
he
an open
does.
mind.
Really, not
It-
like this.
No,
like,
no,
I have to
he'll
buy
no,
it.
he'll talk shit about it, but he'll go with an open mind,
Oh,
and he'll like Sonic. We went and saw Sonic.
Mhm.
That's not something he would have like saw.
No,
By himself.
But I watched the first one.
Yeah, you
by
watched the
myself,
first bit. Yeah,
and
you watched the
I
first
did come
one.
back. I was like,
Yeah.
actually, it was really good. I really
Yeah.
did.
That's my
And
point.
I talked plenty of shit about it.
Yeah, but no, we all do that. We all talk shit about the like Eddie's movie, like the rom-com movie with Sandra Bullock.
That's already out on video.
Yeah.
Oh, Lost City?
Yeah,
Lost
so
City.
It's
yeah, Lost
digital,
City.
I think, but-
So
I saw 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
yeah.
It's not.
I talk shit about it, but when we went, it wasn't bad to me. For a rom-com, for what it is, what you go in looking for, it was a good movie. If you're looking for like fucking like The Departed or some shit like that, yeah, obviously it's gonna fucking fall flat.
It's not an Oscar-winning film, but it was
No.
like entertaining.
Well, for
Just
like
watch it.
for her, like the proposal is a
The
you know,
Proposals.
you
I just
know?
watched that again yesterday.
And I compare the two, and it's like,
It's fucking awesome, dude.
yeah,
She's
it
hot
is.
in that movie. Sandra looks hot in that movie.
Yeah.
In
Look, I think
Blindside, she's hot in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
a good-looking lady. though.
Not in that movie. Not in
Not
the
in
Lost
this
City.
one.
She was
No.
not looking good.
I think it was a dress.
I mean, it's
Really
also
think it's
been a
dress?
couple
I don't
years.
think she wore a dress. I think it was a pantsuit.
Yeah, that's
Or
it.
That sparkly
the
shit?
red, the
Yeah.
red one, yeah.
The little
Yeah, that
jumpsuit,
shit's
yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
Her butt looks so flat.
She
And
looks
also,
SpongeBob.
like the chemistry, like in film between the two, like it didn't.
I
Yeah.
said that.
fit.
He said
I
he
said
said
that.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds was a better pick.
Yeah.
Plus, you use the same guy, Ramon. So you
Yeah.
might as well just say fucking.
Yeah.
Just use Ryan Reynolds or something
Yeah.
right there. Just fuck it. So this week we watched Big Trouble in Little China.
Fucking amazing
And
movie.
for people that have never seen this movie, you have to go into this movie knowing this movie was made in the 80s.
Yes.
If you go into this movie thinking like, oh, like I'm gonna be, entertained like from shit now, you're gonna be
No.
disappointed and you're gonna turn the movie off.
100.
We were laughing like a good 60% of this fucking movie because some of the shit was just over the top and just, dude, the right turn.
When he
The
tripped.
right turn the semi makes right on a fucking dime. And
I was like, hey,
come on.
Fast and the Furious, number 10 right here.
Yeah,
boy.
it was great. Yeah, it was great.
Perfect fucking landing,
So
dude.
for me, for a nostalgic feeling, this movie is a 4.5. Just because the movie's fucking crazy, it's weird as shit. I got Bruce Leroy vibes from it too. It was just, dude, when he goes kitty kitty and with the it's so fucking funny.
Look, the movie's just kind of bizarre and weird, and if you just kind of look up like who's in it, it doesn't do what you think it's going to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the basic premise is we have Kurt Russell was what's his name? Jack. What the fuck's his last name? Jack Burton. That's right. Old Jack Burton. You know, and he's a truck driver that's just passing through. I think San Francisco is where he's at, and he essentially gets caught in the middle of a Chinese gang war, which devolves into like this old Chinese guy trying to fulfill this prophecy of becoming flesh again, and he eats a green-eyed Chinese girl, which his buddy that he's hanging out with that happens to be his girlfriend, and then just shenanigans ensue.
Yeah, it's so bad. That's so good.
It is so good.
What'd you give it, Ron?
Oh, I guess easy at 4.5.
Yeah, you go.
Easy 4.5.
It's Kim Cattrall, right?
Yeah, Sex and the City's in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were like, oh.
Oh wow, you
we're like, she's a
actually.
whore.
Wow. Oh my god.
She fucks everybody in that show.
Yeah.
Oh, in Sex
Well,
and the City.
She's like,
She just be like, she's like, no.
Yeah. No, I say she's sex positive.
Oh, okay.
What?
When a dude does it, he's a dog. When a girl does, she's sex positive.
That's great.
I never called you a dog.
Oh, okay. Way to
I
flip
thought
it
you
around.
said-
I thought it's the other way around.
I thought you said
No.
she sucks.
Oh wait.
Positive.
Why she suck positive? You've been out of the game for a while.
Eddie is the guy.
Suck me positive.
Keep in mind, Eddie is the guy that we did just ask. Like, oh, if some girl wanted to take you home right now, would you say like, I'm tired?
That's true.
Didn't say that, Eddie.
So, Erika, what'd you give this movie?
I put myself back in that
Yeah.
time frame, and I would say 4.5. I really did enjoy that movie.
Yeah. Eli, since it's your first time watching it.
So, going with that mindset, I have to agree. It was a 4.5. I had
Hold
to
on, real quick. Did we just find a movie that nobody shit on?
Yeah.
What
Remember,
the
Chunk said.
fuck?
Remember, Chunk said it doesn't
It could be
exist.
just because we're nostalgic about
No,
it.
but the movie if you're looking
For
at the
what
movie
it
through
was.
the lenses
For what
of
it's
what
worth.
it
For
is,
what it was at the
that's
time.
what it is. The movie's supposed to be not taken seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie's just entertaining.
Exactly.
It is.
But
It's
some people go in,
hilarious.
if we all went into the movie thinking like, okay,
This is the
a-
actual Chinese fucking history.
Exactly.
This is not the way this mythology
Or like
works.
the younger, like my sister would probably be like, "This is stupid. Like, what's
Yeah.
funny about it? Like, not really
Not
understand."
yet.
Okay, I'll tell you what part was hilarious. Me and Eddie and I were talking about after the film. What's his name?
Raiden?
No, James Hong, David Lopan. He was had his little pinky out.
Oh, and doing the fucking-
And the-
Like this, like,
Dude. No, we were dying. So what were we doing? Like, cause we were like,
There was a scene where something happened, and then all of a sudden you were like, boom.
oh no,
happened.
it's the Undertaker. Because their eyes went back, and Eddie was like, oh, the Undertaker. And I was like, here comes the gong. And like, right
Right
on
after
cue,
that.
boom. It was just great like that, and then like the dude with the hair.
Oh my
He
god.
took off his fucking his little bonnet shit. And it was like he flipped
Like,
his
he
hair.
did a
and it
hair
was
flip.
Like, it was
Well,
just like, I was
one
like,
of the Raiden guys.
Oh,
he
yeah.
had the longer hair.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
like, damn, look at those fucking like his
sideburns.
sideburns and shit, and his fucking long ass hair. He was just like,
it's just like Farrah Fawcett
He did
that
the hair
shit.
flip.
We were just dying because
A slow motion
right when
hair
we
flip.
said it, that's and it slow motion did, and I was just like, this is the best, dude. The shooting.
Oh,
Oh my
gosh.
god.
We were expecting him to like throw the gun at somebody. He's like,
Yeah, I
"Go."
was like, throw the gun. It's a
Throw it in.
No bullets, but still keeps running with the gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then automatically the gun has more bullets when it gets to the next scene. It's like nobody saw him reload or shit. It's just great. It's awesome.
You know what's hilarious? The first time that he actually pulled out the gun and he was about to shoot, his face reaction was
because they kind of
hilarious.
went off on
Because
him.
they went up on him. He
It's
like,
like he didn't know it was gonna start. He was like, oh shit. Yeah.
so his reaction to that was hilarious. As we were like nitpicking the film, we were saying throughout the film, "Hey Eddie, did you see the strings? There's no strings." We kept saying that because you couldn't see any strings in there.
But I'm sure you saw, like, you noticed just their CG version is just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
But when it was back then, though, that still looked great than
No,
some
no,
of
I'm
the
saying,
other
like,
movies.
I'm surprised you didn't complain about that. Their version of CG.
No, but that, I
because-
mean, we understood, like, that's in the 80s, that's your
Yeah.
CG, but them being able to jump off trampolines and hit
Yeah.
perfectly, and then you see something like Batman and Robin where it's like strings fucking everywhere.
And that's in the
you're just like,
90s.
Okay, the fighting scene when they're going back and
Back and forth, they're just
in
jumping.
the air.
That was so bad. Oh my god.
And then one scene they're like up in the air for like a whole like 20 seconds.
Like fighting each other, or when the guy falls on a girl and it like he stabs him
Oh,
and he can't get him off of him.
Oh, yeah, the
Fucking
fucking, the samurai guy, right? Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because that's a badass scene for him too.
I
for
know,
Russell.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, and then he falls, and he's like, oh shit! The movie's fucking awesome.
My favorite scene though was where that little like round thing that has like a bunch of eyes is like
Oh,
just staring
Foggy?
at.
Yeah.
He does all like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm like, have you not been paying attention? Like anything can fucking show up in this fucking movie, dude.
True.
One of the funny scenes I also liked was when they were about to go in and attack.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, he starts shooting up, and then
Oh, it fucking falls on his head and knocks him out. Yeah. So good.
So
So I
bad.
was telling Robert that this movie was inspiration for actual Raiden and Shang Tsung for the Mortal Kombat
Oh, yeah, I
movie.
would think so.
the hair. Come on, it was the
Yeah,
hair.
that was good shit.
Yeah.
Teddy, what would you give it?
4.5.
Okay. We
Wow.
It's about a 4.5.
Get out of here.
Chunk proxied his in as a 4.5 too.
Shut up.
Good job.
Good
So,
job.
Look at
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Good job, man.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I have good taste in movies.
Oh, and then this might be the first one where you both, right? Like,
I feel like there was another movie that we agreed on.
Man on
But
Fire.
it is kind of true,
Man on Fire.
and Prestige, but
Yeah,
for the
Prestige.
most part, me and Beige don't always see eye to eye. on
Yeah,
films.
we shit-
You don't
shit on
say.
something.
No,
Yeah, we just
I
shit on
wouldn't
somebody,
know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm glad everybody enjoyed this one. I'm glad for you who got to see it for the first time, it was an enjoyable.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
surprised.
dude, it was fun.
I was surprised you had never seen this one.
Like I
It's
heard
a
about it.
John Carpenter film, you know.
Yeah.
It's did like Halloween.
I
and shit.
didn't know that until I was just looking up like when it came out and everything. I was like, what?
Oh, because
Yeah.
we were talking
Yeah.
about
It
that.
bombed in the theater
that
real
how-
hard.
Yeah.
It was
How
terrible.
long it took to actually start getting into the movie because it had all the.
yeah,
It was in
it's
there,
that 80s
music,
montage
and-
thing where it takes like
Yeah.
30 minutes for the movie to actually start.
Yeah.
Because they go through like a bunch of city shit and whatever, and saying
Yeah.
everyone who's in the fucking movie and all that kind of shit at the beginning.
And then they're gambling for like until the break of
Yeah,
dawn, and
yeah.
then that's when the story finally starts.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so the drip gets you picked a movie for next week.
Here goes.
I will at some point get Pretty Rob to throw a movie in there.
Alright, this is not Three Ninjas.
Oh my god.
Thank God. Oh, thank the Lord.
Look, I'm just getting ready to roll my eyes, buddy. That's all I'm gonna do.
Airheads.
Oh, that's a great film.
Airhead.
Okay.
With
Alright.
Steve Buscemi,
Such
Brendan
Fraser,
Fraser,
Adam
and
Sandler. Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Such
on HBO Max.
So, fun fact about that movie, you know what? I'll save my fun facts for next week.
Okay.
Because I've seen this movie multiple times. It is one of my favorites.
What is it?
All right.
Such a dude film. Like,
Have you ever seen it?
I have seen it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
There's a love scene in there.
Yeah, that's a love story at the end of the day. Yeah,
There's a lot of butt stuff.
he is trying to get his song played on the air because that's the song he wrote for his girl.
That's how I know that you truly like it, because he's like justifying.
What is more romantic? He fucking held a gun station at gunpoint so the world could hear the song he wrote for his girl.
I
So,
know.
next week, Airheads.
Airheads.
I'll save the rest of my rants for next week.
I'll have to rewatch it and have like more of a. I just rolled my eyes the whole time. I'll rewatch it.
Maybe
Well, you
this
do that
time
a
you try
lot,
to
though.
watch it. Try to watch it with an open mind.
I'm gonna take my own advice. Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
So because we have time, we're gonna actually do the spoiler review for Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
let's
it's
do it
about that
finally.
time?
Before.
Finally.
So I believe I didn't really like this movie as much as I should have. It
You
was good.
didn't like it as much as you think you should have?
Yeah. So like the movie was where it should have been, where it was going, all that kind of stuff. Like the America Chavez shit. I didn't like it because it just seemed like she was just there as like a damsel in distress. The whole
Yeah.
thing,
Well,
like,
she
the
didn't
whole
fit.
thing.
She's a plot device.
So
and
she,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think she fit in.
No, that's my point. Like
yeah.
it seemed like they was like it's a jigsaw
And
piece. They were just trying to like
and
shove
it
in
pisses
there.
me off that she did she didn't fit in there just because I mean she's
You
for
should
her to
have.
be in that
You should have
movie.
brought her in. You should have brought her in that movie. You should have brought her in something else and
Right.
built up to her being there. So when
Yeah.
she showed up on screen, you could just be like, oh, it's
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
Yeah.
but where would you have put her in since she's a dimension hopping character?
Loki.
Yeah.
I could have put her with
You
There
could
you
have put her in
go.
Loki.
But-
You could have put her in WandaVision.
WandaVision,
I
but
don't,
she would
I
have
don't,
fit in
I
there.
don't
No, but
think she
you
would
don't-
fit in the WandaVision.
No, but you don't have to put her as like you could put her like on screen.
A
Like,
side
like
person.
somebody
You
that they
know.
know about.
I think,
just saying.
I think
you
that would have
could've-
made WandaVision confusing. Maybe Loki.
Yeah.
Loki did kind of pop through different timelines, but that was the thing though. The show Loki dealt with diverse timelines, not dimensions.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just look at it as a point. Like you should have had America in something else. I don't care what it was.
Yeah.
And had her in something else so when she showed up on
So
screen.
someone can connect with
Yeah.
her.
It's essentially like, okay, she's a the whole movie she was like a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Until the very end, it's just like, oh, I have power. I'm gonna use it. Yay.
I just need you to believe in me. And
Yeah.
The power of friendship.
the fucking most overpowered, they OP'd fucking Scarlet
Witch.
so fucking
But
much.
she is so overpowered.
Exactly, and I'm cool with that. But the problem is in America starts fucking her up, and I'm just like, all right, you know what I mean? Like it's just more of a point. Like it's like you have the Hulk, who's overpowered, and then you have him fighting like Thanos in
No.
Endgame.
Infinity War.
They should.
Infinity War.
I mean, it would have fit better even if they showed her and another, whether it's the Loki or any other thing, just for a bit with that kind of like her power, but like same thing, she's struggling with her power.
Yeah.
If they had just like put that somewhere else, like, when you're watching, you're like, oh, okay, I remember, like she did this.
Yeah, that's my.
I think though, if you would have put her in something else, just as kind of like a cameo, how it sounds like you guys are describing,
Yeah.
Right.
it would have made it whatever you were watching way more confusing. Like who the fuck was that and what was that about?
No, you
But
can.
there's a lot of Marvel movies that do that, where
Yeah,
they
they just
throw.
like pop in.
For
Like,
Yeah, and then it connects with
Black
another
Panther.
movie
You
that
didn't know
comes
who
out.
Black Panther was when he jumped on the screen. You didn't know a lot of people. It's what I read in the thing. A lot of people didn't know who that was when he came on the screen.
Are you
Civil
talking
War,
about
Civil War?
or Civil War or
Yeah.
Winter Soldier?
Civil War.
Because he's in Winter Soldier, isn't he? Oh no, he's not
He's
Winter
not
Soldier.
Winter
Sorry,
No,
it's
he
Civil War.
gets
But no, but they do intro
alluded
him.
to it. They alluded to it. No, they show
They show him like at the UN.
exactly. But if you don't know
The
who
backstory.
the
Yeah.
backstory, you don't know who that is. If they're saying Wakanda, you're like, all right, because they mentioned Wakanda
Yeah.
a couple of times
Okay.
because of the shield. and
But
everything
still, though,
else.
even if you don't know who that is, that just adds to it when they demask him. They're like, oh, it's Prince T'Challa.
No, that's my point. Like when he shows up as Black Panther when he's going, then you're like, oh, okay, that's Black. There's no, you don't put him anywhere else. You just shove him in there.
Yeah, but he gets it. So what I'm saying though is, if you're gonna say like you don't know who Black Panther is when he shows up on screen, that's fine. But like within 10 minutes, you have him unmasked and you see who
I
he
think
is.
it's easier to introduce a villain than it is a hero.
Well, like at that Thanos, like
I-
what movie was it? The Green Lantern or which one? Where he did like it wasn't the same. It was like
Definitely not the Green Lantern.
No. I'm sorry, not the Green Lantern. Stop. No, it was
Stop.
No, stop. No.
I mean, you.
But it was at the end scene. It was a end
No, he was in
credit.
every Avengers end scene.
No, not Avengers though. But it was when
Prior to?
prior to when you knew like, oh, they're gonna go into
I want to say it was
Thanos.
Iron Man 2.
Well, I mean, there was plenty of like
But
Thanos
it-
scenes
it
at
was
the ends of
after
a lot of those
credits.
movies.
Yeah, but he
where he
was-
grabbed the glove.
Because he was,
or
but he
do
was gonna
myself,
be the
or-
baddie. So I think if you're doing that, I think with Gore, I think if you're gonna do that, because the way I've read and what I've been reading up on him on the comics and stuff, is like the dude's pretty fucking badass. So essentially,
It might have been one of the Thor
killing him
ones,
off wouldn't have been.
You talking about Gore the God Butcher?
Yeah.
So Gore the God Butcher just starts off as a fucking guy. He's on this fucking desert planet and he's praying to the gods for them to come and save them because his family is starving.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens and his family starves. So that's when he decides that he is going to kill the gods. In the comics, I don't know how they're going to do it in the movie, but in the comics he comes across, what the fuck's his name? I think it's Neil, the Symbiote God, and which is another storyline. So he gets infused with the symbiote. That's where his power comes from in the comics. How they're gonna do it in the movie, I do not know.
I would think they would use a symbiote because they want to put Venom in.
Venom's fucking Sony.
I know, but they want to
Oh,
cross.
same thing with the spider. I hate that.
They want to cross, but the problem, if Sony's smart, they won't do it.
If Sony was smart, they would
They
do
would.
it.
No, but they didn't
No,
do
no,
it with Spider-Man.
I think you pull. I think you wait, because Sony has done a good job of waiting it out and not.
Sony has created Morbius. They've not done a good
Okay.
job.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Sony
that was-
also owns
that was-
Spider-Man,
Sony has
and it's
fucked up
not.
many
Yeah,
times.
Yeah, it's
Sony
No,
is, and Sony's only doing okay because they are writing the Marvel coattails.
Should we talk
Yeah.
about Fantastic Four? That shit was not good.
No.
What we're talking about,
Well, right now, it's
multiverse of
multiverse
madness.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
well, also,
so-
well, that besides her not fitting in, the first, what did I say, like first half hour, the CGI was just like, this
Yeah,
is a
CGI
joke.
wasn't good.
Like it was so cartoony. There was so
The
like,
eyeball?
not just the eyeball, just everything
The fight
about the
scene?
first, the fight scene, everything within like the first 30 minutes. I was like, oh, this movie's totally like,
The way she was running, it was
Horrible,
funny.
like-
She was like,
yeah, like a video
Oh, sorry,
game,
like
right? Like a video game, like.
Sims?
Yeah.
Sims, yeah.
I
So-
mean, it does eventually get better, but at that, I hated the first half hour. It was.
I did not mind them just throwing American Chavez in. I honestly feel like it makes better sense just to toss her in right at the beginning and then flesh her out as we're going through. to try to introduce her earlier, I think would just make other things more confusing.
I agree.
And whatnot. I think just throwing her in there, and like, I mean, you're kind of right. She's a pretty simple character, from what we get from the movie, right? She's dimension hopping. She has no control of her powers, and all she knows is these demons are coming after her, trying to kill her, and these different Doctor Stranges are helping her, and she finds a new one that's trying to help her, and then we kind of get to know her throughout the movie. Did they flesh out her character very good? No, maybe not. Could they have done better? Yes. I mean, like, the movie, I'm not going to say the movie was perfect. It definitely has its flaws. But I think, like, I thought it flowed very nicely. And if we're going to talk, like, the CGI, I didn't hate it. I mean, could it have been better? Have I seen better? For sure. But
just the first half hour. Once the other scenes started happening, I like the scene with the Illuminati. Like, you know, that CGI wasn't bad.
Well, I mean, what I was going to say, though, because you said it was too cartoony.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I always remember I am essentially watching a comic book movie. And it's going to be fucking cartoony.
But I guess I compare it more to, like, the Avengers movies, where, like, the CGI is not as, like
you wanna know
Mario Brothers,
time.
you know, like, type of acting and running and background and just, like...
Yeah, but the CGI in the Avengers movies really just kind of comes at the end when we get Hulk and we get the Chitauri.
No, but also, like, the Thor movies, like, their CGI is not
we
horrible.
don't talk about the Thor movies.
Oh.
We don't talk about that.
Why?
Yeah.
I can see
It's
where
like
you're going with
garbage.
this, though. I can see what you're going with that as far as like the CG, but I mean, again, like we.
Or maybe it's also that and the acting in the first like half hour.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you probably are putting them together and mesh it to kind of make your point, but I mean.
Mesh, yes.
Yeah, mesh. But I mean, we say this all the time. We gotta take it for what it is.
Well, here's the other thing too. I think when you're talking about like you should have introduced her earlier for later to make her accept. I think this is the introduction for her for later
on.
things.
Yeah.
This isn't. I don't think this is just a one shot.
Oh no,
here's
she's
the thing.
gonna, she's gonna be the
Because
shit.
we're building young Avengers. I mean, we have Kate Bishop. We have fucking.
Well, yeah, the.
That's what they're building towards. So this
Kamala, her story.
Yeah, that's coming out soon. We have the Scarlet Witch's actual kids are part of the Young Avengers as well.
Yeah, but they're banking a lot on the Young Avengers that I don't think it's gonna pan out. I'm just saying from
Maybe not.
I don't think it's gonna pan out. I think in this movie,
I think it's gonna work kind of like how new Star Wars worked, right? You're gonna have the fans that watched all these Avengers movies 10 years ago.
Right.
That when they do the Young Avengers, be like, that sucks, dude. It's fucking lame. Fuck this shit. But you're gonna get kids that see it for the first time, just like there was kids that saw Star Wars.
For Star Wars, I was
first
one
time.
of them when it was like when they started coming out with their new ones. I'm like, why are they fucking? They're gonna mess this up. They're gonna ruin the greatness of it. And you know, and then they came out and I was like, oh, you know, they didn't do a bad job.
There's a lot of people that are much younger than me that love those episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like love those things because
Those are
that's
my
their
favorites,
introduction to Star Wars. I think when you're saying that Young Avengers could be garbage, I think that's I think it's going to be geared towards the people that this is their introduction to the Marvel universe and be like, yeah, I identify with that or whatever it is.
I like the way I
concur.
identify.
And Mace, you brought up a comment.
that's good.
I concur.
I know. I heard
You're in
It
concurrence?
was a different word.
What'd you say?
I concur
He's in concurrence.
with what you said.
Concurs.
Did you say it one more time?
I concur.
He's saying it slower, but
Okay, I was just making sure because I thought he said concurred.
no.
I just stick to I digest.
So Mace, you brought up a comment
I never
like
did that
I
word.
concord.
What's up?
you made a comment like a couple of times like if you were to remove this person from a film, is it going to be change anything? Is it
Well,
gonna
yeah,
be
you
better?
will
that
because
was-
you have to have because of the
We
way
have-
the movie went.
So we have to have her there. There's
Well,
no
yeah,
way
because the
to move her
movie is
out.
centered around her.
Exactly.
And then the ending, how all the like, it almost seemed like they rushed her. Oh, it's gonna her.
Yeah,
she understands
was
her
scared as shit the whole
power,
time, and then
And then
it
at the
just
end,
it's like they rushed.
like, I
that
get
part.
it. You want to have her have that send off
like
of
build
she,
up to
She
it.
can do it.
Yeah, but you know, Scarlet was super OP, which I love because she is.
Cheers.
I
She
love
is a
her.
fucking demon, and
Yeah,
you gotta
she's
go
great.
with it. You gotta go with it.
I was like, why is she
She's
the
my
bad
favorite.
one?
No, but the mom thing, I think they went too hard on it.
No.
I think they went
Well,
too
if
hard.
you
If you watch-
the thing that sucks with the mom thing is if you really think about it, like there were other ways that she could have gone about. Like she could have just looked for a dimension where Wanda is not alive and the
Right.
kids were
Exactly.
orphans and found those ones.
There you go.
But that I mean now we don't have a movie. I mean
No, I
to be
get that.
honest.
Yeah, I understand that.
But wasn't she just like looking just for
Her kids.
any like she
Pretty
wasn't
much.
Pretty much,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was her
Which
looking
kinda
for-
didn't
But
make
she
sense.
kept
A conduit.
going to that one because I guess she got stuck with them.
Like that was them. Like that.
Those
Of course,
were
there
her
was
kids.
more, but like those were the ones that she kept, like I guess, seeing.
It's because
Maybe
of
they're the
WandaVision.
ones most closest to her rendition
Yeah.
of children. So
she
she might
connected
want
more
to be
like with them. Like,
Yeah, I don't think that went too far, like the mother part of it, because
just-
he is someone
It
with
stopped
that
her,
much,
though.
someone with that much power, and everything she's been through, all like she got the shit in of everything, right? You have that power, and then you get this one thing that brings you joy, and that's the only thing you have to hold on to, and you have the ability, to go into that dimension and have that life as a mother, like you want your kids, you'll do anything for them.
I get it, but at the end of her being like, I'm done. Like,
No, she wasn't undone. She
No,
realized
no,
that she
but
was
she
causing
got-
harm to her
I
kids.
know, but that's my point. You are a fucking like it's like Thanos, destructive being,
But she
sacrificed Gamora to
she
get to his
didn't know.
fucking thing.
What's
That
Gamora?
wasn't connecting to
Who's
her.
Gamora?
who's Gamora?
She didn't know that she was causing that. And the same thing, like I guess to comparison, like parents that stay together and be divorced, like they're doing it for the kids, but really they're causing more harm. And that was her thing. Like she's doing it for her kids. She wants to be like the mom with her kids,
was
but
the-
she was
yeah, the
causing more
kids were
harm.
over
It was
here.
the book that
being
corrupted
I
her.
was going to
Wasn't
say,
it?
yeah, the
The book-
Darkhold was also corrupting.
Right.
It's
It was
an
corrupting
evil
her.
book,
Come
so
on.
it is just, it's fucking with her head already, trying to, I mean, we don't really
Right.
get that in the movie, but I think it's kind of implied that
The
the
book
book
is-
is what's driving.
Yeah,
it.
they did miss.
Because at the end of WandaVision, that's where she, what'd you say?
I'm like, plus she's a female, so you add that into the
Oh.
mix. So.
And there's a book.
It's
Want me
even
to,
worse.
like, throw water?
No, but I think at the end of WandaVision, like she had found that fucking piece and was like, okay, I get what I did is wrong, but she still had the book, and that's where it ends with her reading the book, and she can hear her kids in the background. That's where she kept reading the book, and the book kind of corrupted
Took over,
her. And then you get that when you get to see the other evil Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
with like same thing. He started reading the book, and he had it right there on his hip, and
Mhm.
the book had corrupted him and made him evil.
Is anybody okay with Doctor Strange being the backbone of the MCU now? Because remember, Iron Man was the backbone of the MCU, and it worked beautifully. It was perfect because he was essentially when you thought of the Avengers.
He started it off.
He was the the Avenger. Obviously, Captain America's Captain America, but Tony Stark is the money. And then after Thor happened, Thor became kind of rised up a little bit past Captain America, but
I
For
like
me-
that it's Doctor Strange because he's relatable in different for different people. Like almost anyone can relate to him depending on like.
No, I get what you're saying. It's just for me, I don't think.
I mean, I wasn't a fan of him in the Spider-Man because he was just kind of like
Whiny
it's almost
and
like
bitchy?
like
He was
played
whiny and bitchy the
stupid.
whole fucking
It's
movie.
almost like it didn't fit him, like that he would be so dumb not to figure that out.
Right,
you know?
like everything that was happening,
that was
like
the
you would
only
think like a
one.
grown man would be able to be like, oh, that's not a
It's
fucking
almost
good
like
idea.
at one point I'm like, maybe this isn't the real him. Maybe this is like
No,
gonna come out to be like some
A scroll or something like that, and it wasn't. It was just.
But no,
him.
he was just they.
Yeah.
I didn't like him
No, I
there.
get it. It's just for me, him being the backbone of the MCU.
I think he'll be okay to get us through a couple movies.
Mhm.
But
No,
I
they
do
said
not
he's
think
the
that.
phase.
I just.
They said
yeah,
that
I'm
he's
with
the
you.
phase all the way through.
I'm just saying,
Is
I
it?
agree with you. I think he'll be good for a couple of movies. It's to kind of get us into this new kind of multi-dimensional thing.
But also Spider-Man, he's young. They're like gonna grow him.
They're not.
They're not?
Yeah, no.
Nope.
So he's too
He's
young.
done.
He's too young. He needs somebody more older and mature.
Yeah.
That's kind of why
Yeah.
Tony Stark kind of worked.
Was the main? Yeah.
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 And
even Captain America too at that point.
But they're bringing.
well,
Well,
the,
he doesn't
the,
wanna
the
come
thing
back
with Captain
anyway.
America
Well, no,
is
I
like,
know,
is
but
Captain and
he's done.
Iron Man was kind of the same way. Is they're very focused on this is how I am. Especially Captain America. Like we saw that in the Civil War movie.
Yeah, of course.
This is how it is. This is what I'm going to stand for. I'm not going to budge.
There's
And
another
at
because
least-
of the series Bucky and whatever, right? They're gonna.
That shit got canceled.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because
Why? That show was not good.
I liked it.
It was.
It wasn't very cohesive.
No, it wasn't. And then it was at the end, starting towards the end of it. It was more of a woke warrior type shit.
Yeah.
It definitely got a little wonky.
Dude, it was just like for me. I watched it. And I was like, what the fuck, man? It's like almost every episode was like a preaching sermon about something.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck, dude, just
Too
like
much.
I don't watch this stuff to have that kind of fucking thing. It's essentially I want to watch and get into what's going on. I don't fucking want to be feeling like I'm being given a sermon about what's going on in fucking in
the world.
and shit.
Right.
That's the problem with it, and I don't think So we've said this before. Can somebody carry a movie?
Yeah.
The dude Bucky can't carry a movie in the MCU. I'm talking about in the MCU as a Winter Soldier. Just
Not as an
By
actor.
himself.
Just Winter
Like
by
Soldier.
himself.
His own movie.
Yeah. So Tom Holland can carry a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
We've seen it. He can carry an MCU movie.
Mhm.
Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. can carry. Chris Hemsworth
Yeah.
can carry.
I don't think he has enough for him to be able to have Bucky to have.
Well, I'm just saying he couldn't carry one. The dude Falcon can't carry one.
No,
No,
him
he
no.
can't.
If you're gonna do, for me, Doctor Strange has to have other people in the movie. He has
Black
to have
Widow
other
could. I mean, she did. She carried.
She can't carry.
I think.
What?
That movie was ass.
Scarlett
Did you like
Johansson?
that movie?
You know what? Because I really like the sister.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
you didn't
Black
like the
Widow.
fucking movie.
Oh, I like Black Widow. I thought that
Yeah.
was good.
You thought that was good?
Yeah. What,
Oh.
what did you like? What did you dislike
I
about
like
it?
the
The
movie.
CGI was bad. Some of the acting was fucking horrible.
Okay.
It was just to me it didn't make any fucking
So
sense. I like the characters.
Some acting and the CGI.
No,
You
not
know,
some
and
acting.
again,
a lot
what
of
you
I'm
acting.
said-
noticing
you
is
just
like
said
any
some of the
family type of like movie, like you are so
Hold on.
passionate.
Oh, wait,
against-
how many family
because we
type
were
movies?
talking about like the with the like Doctor Strange,
That's not a family movie.
the part of her wanting to be with her children.
No. What for me, what that was is like you went from 0 to 100 to destroy and get to the life that you wanted to.
Hold
to
on,
get
I'm
to.
making a connection. So that how passionate you are
Mhm.
about that, like oh you didn't like that part,
Yeah.
and now in like Black Widow, no I didn't like that, but it had everything to do with family. Like it
That's
was.
awesome. It's bad acting. It could be with whatever acting you want to do.
Who did you think was all of them?
I think Black Widow's acting was bad. I thought her sister's acting was
Oh my,
bad.
her sister
I think
was
Taskmaster.
awesome.
I think
I like
Taskmaster.
Elena.
You
I'm
Yeah.
with you. I like
Oh,
Elena.
and she's
She's
hot.
fun.
Oh.
She was my favorite
Really?
part of the
Did we
fucking
just
Hawkeye
hate
series.
on the-
too.
you
No,
know,
hey,
I-
I liked.
Scarlet
Hey, I
Closet.
liked her in Hawkeye.
Yeah, I liked her. I liked her as a
That's
character,
the
man.
point. It's fitting people together. It's like we just said about Ryan Reynolds and
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock.
Bullock.
I'm sorry. What you and Eddie said about
Perfectly.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. So what we said about the acting and
Agree
people
with that.
fitting,
They
they
fit.
fit.
Yeah.
They fit, but everybody in the movie needs to fit. Like when you
They
have a
did
family.
all the fit.
I don't think they all fit.
the not the what's his name?
Oh,
What?
Oh yeah! Oh, we can do that now.
Sounds the friends, right?
I think they all fit. Like the mom and the dad. Like
The movie, okay, for me, the movie was not good. The CGI in the movie was not good.
It was
Acting-
way better than Doctor Strange That was way better than
The
that.
only thing I didn't like about the Black Widow movie, when it came down to the family, is that they kind of seemed to like they weren't a family, and like I don't understand why Yelena was so attached to them, and like because she had to have known it wasn't her real family.
Right.
Like she had to have known they were just spies and implants.
But
So for her
no,
to hold on to that, like we were a real family, and her being that thing,
but she was so young,
I
you know,
get it.
and that is the
I get
only
it.
type
And
of.
that's why I can get where her connection to Black Widow was, because they
Uh-huh.
were sisters,
Uh-huh.
roughly about the same age. But like, I mean, the mom and dad were pretty cold, and
Yeah,
granted,
they're
we only
alright.
see a couple
It's
scenes
over.
of it.
Peace out. That's what
Yeah,
the parents were.
pretty much, you know.
We got.
We did.
And
So
did
to
you,
go back to Doctor Strange,
did you guys like the was it the Illuminati?
the Illuminati for me, I loved it being John Krasinski being Mr. Fantastic. That was
love that.
awesome. Obviously, Professor X,
I'm
I did not
obsessed with
like.
him too.
I
so-
love
I
that.
did not like because I saw him die in
Oh, that's right.
Logan,
Yeah.
and that was it for me. Like certain
Yeah, but
people
again, that's-
dying is just like
It's not that Professor X.
I get that, but when you see it's like Hugh Jackman coming back to be like in any
Wolverine.
movie Wolverine, I would not like it.
Yeah.
It would not
I
do,
see
do
what you
service
mean.
for
I
me
see what you mean.
because he died the perfect. It's like Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He died the perfect way. It was done. Just let him be. It's over. Like,
Well, if it makes you feel any better, that Professor X is dead now too.
well, no shit.
You know, and that I didn't like that. That the second they spoke, you're like, well, we can handle that. I'm like,
Oh, you know
okay,
she's dead. They're
yeah,
dead.
they're dead.
That was
Like
so
as soon as
easily
they,
told.
like as soon as they said, "Oh, we can handle her,"
And
you're like,
not
"Oh,
only,
you're fucked."
not only are you dead,
especially
you're gonna
since
go
we're
down
only
hard.
halfway through the movie,
Yeah.
it's very clear that they're not going to be able
I
to
did
handle
enjoy
it.
though that they added that little theme of X-Men when he was
Oh, when he came,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was just
yeah.
like,
oh, when he comes rolling in.
good.
I like the little wavies when he's like does his little hand, his brain thing. You see the
Oh,
little
yeah.
waves,
Yeah,
you know?
So like Bolt dying, that was fucking awesome. In space fucking.
Oh,
Dude,
I will
yeah.
fucking
I
die.
don't know why fucking Mr. Fantastic would say, "Oh, with one." Like, what the fuck Okay, she's gonna
hold on.
do.
So
But
she
that
can
was
give
the
up the
first-
setup to what now?
Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
the
that's
first,
all that was.
that was the first scene, like CGI or rated, that I would consider like a rated R part. That part, I wasn't expecting it. So when it happened, I was like, ooh.
Why couldn't he just fart?
No, but it's just like the way they died so quickly. I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, but you just wanted, you need, what
You
it
need to
did-
get them out of the way. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The way
to show
the
how
way-
overpowered
Yeah,
she
Pink
was.
Carter died. The fucking shield ripping through her
That
fucking
was
inside.
fucking-
That was fucking dope. Miss Marvel, or yeah,
Is it Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel, whatever.
Captain Marvel, whatever. It's, the way she was super OP'd when she was dealing with Thanos.
Yeah.
Correct?
Whoa,
And then-
no. Again,
No.
this is two different
Oh no,
characters we're
I
talking
know.
about,
I
though.
100% get that, but it's supposed to be a split to a person that has pretty much the same kind of power. Like
Yeah.
the same kind of
Oh,
power.
I see what
same-
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see
and
what you
she
mean.
got fucking handled.
But did
Like,
they
it
know how to
wasn't
use
even
it?
close. Like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
anybody
but-
thought that was a fair
And
fight,
that's the same thing I thought of though, like the scene like was comparing it her versus Thanos, like the power, like the
Yeah.
Yeah, but Scarlet Witch almost took out Thanos.
no, but
When he
I-
came to attack her,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like, you took everything. He's like, I didn't even know he
Starts
worked.
ripping
She's
her
fucking
apart.
crushing him. He
Yeah,
has
so
to
Rain-
bomb his
Yeah,
whole
I get it.
army
That's my point.
because she's fucking him up
she's
so badly.
OP.
That's
You know
why
what it
she's
was?
my
It's because they were
favorite.
fighting inside and not outside. That's
Shut the
why.
fuck
Oh
up.
my god.
I'm just saying, it all
Yeah.
depends on the
Yeah.
arena.
So is there
Oh
any?
my God.
So at the end, with Doctor Strange, for me, it's just like I like Cumberbatch. I like him as an actor. For me, him being like Rob said, if it's one or two movies, it's him like showing the Young Avengers the way. I'm okay with that. But him being they're talking about him being in almost every MCU movie going forward.
But
Just
we don't know. We don't know to what
capacity.
Yeah.
No, I
yeah,
get
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's like Black Panther 2 or Black 2's coming out, and then it's Namor. So it's essentially their version of Aquaman. They're talking about Doctor Strange is in that movie for 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm like, if this is what it's gonna be, because remember Tony Stark didn't have to be in every single fucking movie. He wasn't in Thor.
But he was
wasn't
mentioned, or
No, he wasn't in Thor. He was
Oh, it's the
mentioned.
Incredible
in
Hulk
Ragn-
I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
He was mentioned in Ragnarok just for his clothes.
yeah, okay,
And why are his
Spider-Man.
hands so fucking tight?
yeah,
I mean,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was fucking sad.
yeah,
The one after was it No Way Home?
yeah. The last one.
Okay, when he's crying because he misses Tony
Yeah.
Stark. That was sad as shit. But yeah, he's mentioned, but he doesn't have to be in the movie because he's.
Oh no, you're talking about Homecoming.
Is it Homecoming?
Yeah,
or no?
because
Yeah,
the
it's
last
Homecoming.
one is No Way
No Way
Home.
Home.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Homecoming, yeah.
Yeah.
So him. So he doesn't have to be in each movie. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to put Doctor Strange in every single fucking movie. Like you know who he is. Like you can mention him but not show him. They're talking about the next 4 movies. He's in every single fucking movie.
Yeah, but he might just be the linchpin that's the connecting to all the movies.
I get it, but I think for him, you're gonna get tired of it because his magic's kind of ass.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'm sorry. So
Did you see? I mean, the scene where they all like. Oh, I guess it's not a good.
no, his magic is ass.
I was.
Are you gonna send the notes? You're gonna bring that shit out? You wanna fucking notes out or
Okay,
something?
first of all, I liked it. I did too.
That shit's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
No, but that's my point. If that's what you're
I
bringing,
did like
if that's
that
what you're
scene.
bringing up as a point of like, to me, his magic hasn't been to the point where like you're like, holy shit.
I mean,
Like,
his
Scarlet-
magic has saved.
He's like,
Yeah, but
Constantine.
like, okay, look at Scarlet, right? When you
I
see
mean,
her
she's
magic, it's like,
she's,
fuck.
Yeah, no, she's number
That's
one.
my
She's stronger,
point. So
she's
that's
the
what
yeah.
I'm waiting for. Even Hong's magic has been better than his.
No.
Wong, Hong, Dong, whatever.
Wow.
Wow. Rice and
Wow.
nuts.
No, I don't think-
Hey, in his defense, he was calling them all from a different universe.
No, I don't think he's had better. I think he just brings more comedy to it, so you like his character better.
I don't, but
I
that's the
don't
point for
think
me. I don't want that. If you're supposed to be like the mystical wizard and you're supposed to be, who you are, it's essentially.
Sorcerer.
I'm
Sorcerer,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorcerer.
I'm sorry. A
It is
sorcerer.
Wizards have beards, buddy.
There you go.
You watch Lord of the Rings? They're wizards. They have beards.
Emotional
Have-
damage.
And hats.
I haven't
Hats.
seen one of the Lord of the Rings. Not
Yeah,
none of them.
you need to sit outside for a little.
You want to meet her?
Have you?
Oh, what?
Yeah. So it's more of a point. Like for me, I'm just waiting for maybe in the next movie or a couple movies they'll show Doctor Strange's like full power. I'm hoping. Like I want to see him like.
Maybe he
Well,
evolved.
he's not
Maybe
the
he.
Sorcerer Supreme anymore.
No, he's
Maybe
not.
he.
but-
Maybe he.
Evolve has all
evolved. Maybe
of
he does evolve.
Maybe he does, but that's my point. For right now, I think his magic has been kind of ass. It's kind of been just enough to get them through where they're going. It's like you saw Tony Stark's power put on, full display a lot of the time. Thor's full power put on display a lot of, like, everybody's full power has been put on display.
But there's some differences between those characters, though, too. Let's be very honest. Tony Stark and Thor are very arrogant. That's the whole thing, right? That's the whole thing about Tony Stark.
So is Doctor Strange. He's arrogant as shit.
No, but that was the thing in the first movie. Is he learns how to be arrogant.
Yeah, but he was arrogant in the Spider-Man movie.
He owed Spider-Man. That's why he was doing it.
But he was arrogant to the fact that he didn't think anything would go wrong, even after he to himself said it could go wrong.
This is true, but
at the end of the film, what happened? He fixed his wall.
Okay.
He was like, I'm okay with this time.
In the multiverse movie, was he arrogant?
No. Okay, so I think more
I didn't think he was.
Stark and Thor is not so much just the arrogance; it's the ego. That takes more. I do a lot of hand movements.
I know. I feel like ego and arrogance are the same thing.
Really?
It's on camera, so
I'm like doing this. No, because I feel like ego is I don't know.
Is ego gonna drive them to go OP? They go OP when they're fighting. So they put their bullshit on display when they're fighting because it's like, okay,
I have the best
Infinity War, when he drops down, and that's like fan service of them doing it, when, Captain America catches the fucking staff in the thing, using his power to catch that shit and go and fight.
The staff? You mean Mjolnir?
No.
What staff?
What's that?
Not in Endgame. In Infinity War. No, it is in Endgame. Isn't it? No, it's Infinity War. When he's in the subway. And they're fighting, and he catches it and goes full board and starts fighting them using all of his power. It's like when he fought Thanos. They have all used all their force as much as they can to fight, right? Except him.
He held the water though.
Oh, did he? Okay.
He did kind of save everybody.
He did.
No, I'm saying like he did, but I just want to see. You know what I mean? Like I want to see it overpowered to a point where you're just like, fuck, like, you know what I mean? That's it.
I mean, he did go toe to toe with Thanos pretty well. I mean, the only thing kind of stopped him was Thanos had the glove, and and Thanos kind of trapped him down and was like, Thanos knew he didn't have the Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
But I mean, like he did kind of hold his own for a while there, and if he would have had the stone, he might have been able to take him.
That was my
curious. What if in this film they showed how Doctor Strange basically fucked up Thanos? Because if you remember in the multiverse or in that scene, you see him like with the blade like through his chest. Would that make a difference for you if you saw him go all out and fuck him up?
Yeah, it would have, or maybe he went all out and still lost.
The only thing is that wasn't our Doctor Strange, and that Doctor Strange it used the Darkhold, so he had the Darkhold power, so he would kind of have Wanda's power. Yeah. Well, he told them to kill him because he wiped out a universe, which I'm pretty sure is he fought with the other Strange.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the universe that he fucking ruined.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen the movie, we just gave you.
Yeah.
There you go.
You should still go see it. It's really good. I enjoyed it.
I
thought it was really good.
I agree.
I don't think it was bad. Look, I don't think it was bad. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't as much as it could have been.
I gave it a 3.5.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Marvel's film then?
Yeah.
My favorite Marvel film right now is got to be either Thor Ragnarok or...
That's probably one of my...
You don't like Thor Ragnarok?
One of my
Are you going to say that's one of your least? Ragnarok.
That is one of my least favorite ones.
We're friends from work.
Right?
So Thor Ragnarok and Homecoming. Rock moved. Rock moved away from her.
I'm not saying you have to make Ragnarok your favorite, but to put that
Oh my god, you turned red! Can we like zoom in on his face turning red?
No, so for me, like, No Way Home, but even No Way Home, when, his aunt dies, and then in Homecoming, just like, I love his acting to a point where it's like, you can tell he's such a good actor, but he's just sad as shit. And in Thor, in Ragnarok, there's an actual character turn.
Yes.
Like, there's actual, like, development in his character to a point where it's not just, I'm brooding.
And I'm just not brooding as much anymore.
Exactly. That was the first two movies. It was the same fucking person.
I still have not made it through Thor 2.
You can't. It's boring as shit.
I've tried watching the movie so many times and I've never made it through it.
Yeah. I only made it through because I went to the theater and I'm like, I'm going to stay away for this.
Oh, yeah. I hated the first Thor so much I wouldn't go to the theater for the second one.
Really?
Yeah. I would say probably my favorite Marvel film right now. You can just shit all over me for it, but that's fine. Endgame. I still love Endgame.
Yeah, I'm the same. Endgame.
I can't fuck with Endgame because of the ending.
That's the best part.
That's the
good guys lose.
Tony Stark losing his life was perfect because they told you from the first movie that he was going to be the one that was going to make the ultimate sacrifice. And every single movie after that, they kind of inched it towards it a little bit.
But yeah, his character growing and getting to that
and
point.
you got that payoff. Captain America shit irritated me. If you're going to do that, like, you could have done that in the Captain America show.
What do you mean? What?
So
him
he
getting
goes
old.
back in time and
getting
time with
that did piss me off, but at the same time, it's kind
It
of
gave you
what-
fan service because you
yeah.
want to be like, oh,
But you
okay.
can't let him linger if you would have left him still be like normal. Like,
Yeah.
That's why they had to do that.
And again, same.
Yeah,
And
but you
the
could have done
other
it in the Winter Soldier or the Falcon thing.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You could have. I'm not saying
No,
you should
because
have.
no.
I don't think so.
It's just, and then, it's just the end of Infinity War irritated me because you killed off the wrong fucking people. Like, you know, what Spider-Man movie was
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Okay.
So Infinity War pissed me off because you killed off the wrong fucking people. You killed off Black Panther. What you should have killed off is his leader of his guard. So he would have been pissed off in the next movie.
No.
Because you knew there was no Black Panther. My point is like to just get your belief system in a point that, oh shit, maybe this is like the end of them. Like, just to put yourself in there. Once they killed Spider-Man and they killed fucking Black Panther, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, they're coming back.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You know those characters are always coming back.
I get that, but I'm talking from somebody from the point of view that doesn't watch it.
So for me, watching Infinity War, which is up there too, one of my favorites, just because, again, the good guys lose at every fucking turn, almost. And yes, when you watch those characters die, you're like, yeah, I know they're coming back. I know they're making a fucking sequel. So you know those characters are coming back. But the fact that they do die at the end, and that's where the movie ends, to me, that's what made it fucking awesome.
Yeah, when they're sitting there and they're just like, what happened?
Yeah.
Did we lose? And
we lost.
And he's like, yeah, we lost. And he puts his fucking head down, and the movie just stops and cuts out.
Fucking awesome.
No, that's awesome. It's just the people they killed, you should have killed other people.
But you needed to kill, like, main characters.
Yeah,
no, you
because
can kill a
they
main
just-
character, but you don't have to
But
fucking
that's
kill.
them.
So you're just mad that
that's
Black
what
Panther
fuels-
died?
No, Spider-Man too.
Oh, Spider-Man and Black
Yeah,
Panther.
Spider-Man and Black Panther dying was
Everybody else was
But
okay?
Spider-Man
everybody's fine.
dying is what pulled at Tony Stark's. That's the whole point. It was like such a.
She does have a point.
It
No,
was
I
such a-
get that, but it's my point.
She
Like,
got good. Look
you know
at
what I'm
that.
saying?
Oh, snap!
I 100% get that pulled at
And we're
Tony.
done.
But Tony was already going to be sad because remember, he was left on the fucking planet. He had to fight Thanos by himself.
But there's different sad of like lonely sad and like that.
I think that was fan
connection with-
sad. That was fan sad. That puts you in the position of Tony Stark to feel sad for him. When he gets off that plane after Captain Marvel brings him back, right? And he has that little tit attached with Captain America. That right there for me was better than Spider-Man dying. Him telling him, you said we would lose together. You weren't with me. I was by myself.
Yeah, but he
I
took
got
off.
nothing. He's like, I got nothing for you, and takes that shit off and gives it. That for me was more fan service to a point where him giving his finger at Captain America, like, you were wrong. I said we needed a suit of armor over the world,
Yeah.
and you said no, that would infringe on our freedoms. And look what fucking happened. I told you this is gonna happen. Look what happened. And he's struggling because he's weak because he's been in space for forever, and he's fucking dying.
I just think
You
that's
remember
what
that
adds
suit
to
of
the
armor that he
greatness.
wanted on every fucking on every corner of the planet was
Yeah.
Ultron.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted.
So I get it. Tony Stark's like trying to sit there and argue that, like, see, I was right, but really
It was
he
gonna
wasn't, because when he did what he wanted to do, which was what he tried to do,
With Ultron,
is
yeah.
how we got Ultron.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, almost destroyed the fucking planet.
Well,
so
that's what they said. Like every time, the
that's what led into Civil War. Is that's what the government's like, we need to put restrictions on.
Well, yeah,
people.
but Pat
But
the
let's
Hell's
be honest,
cave was
the-
good intentions.
But the reason that existed was because of Tony
I
Stark.
don't know why we just didn't do this. Hold on. I should just did it. Yeah. So we should have just done them fucking mid from
From the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we started. So easily, what we're gonna talk about right now is we're gonna do Marvel versus DC. We already started talking about Marvel a lot. So we're gonna
Games?
So we're gonna talk about video games, Marvel versus DC. I did find out, was it yesterday or today, that Xbox had turned down an exclusive. Just they would be the only ones doing Marvel games. They turned it down like 6 or 7 years ago.
So Microsoft turned that down.
Yeah.
6 or 7 years ago?
Yeah. So they were like, no, we don't want to do Marvel games exclusively, which means so Sony wouldn't have had any kind of thing towards Spider-Man.
6 or 7, so that would have been before Avengers came.
No.
When did
It
Avengers
was in the
start?
height of it.
Yeah.
It was in the height of it?
Yeah, and they said no.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was clarified 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
If it would have been before that, I could see why they were
No.
like,
Yeah,
no. But like,
It was.
seems like a bad move that one of the most popular franchises in the world. They're like, nah,
They
we don't want
bumped
the
on
video
it.
games too.
Well, no, they wanted to do, but they were going to share it with Sony.
Oh, because of
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man and everything else, so they were going to share it. But Marvel went to them first and told them like, hey, we'll give you the whatever, and they said no.
Rights.
Yeah, and they said no. So with video games, I think DC has it hands down. Arkham series right there.
Yes.
The Arkham series right there just kills any kind of DC.
See,
I mean,
this is where I
Marvel
wouldn't
game.
have any arguments because I don't do games as much as I want to. So I
don't do online games, but I do know some of these, so I
Yeah.
can try
So
to.
the Spider-Man game is dope. It is
Yeah.
awesome. The Miles Morales one,
Yeah.
the other Spider-Man, those are really good. What's another Marvel movie not movie but game that's good?
X-Men
Oh,
Legends.
X-Men Legend. Oh wait, the
Universally good though. X-Men Legends is good if you want to like button
Want to
smash
play
it.
as the characters and raise them up and build their powers?
Yeah,
and
but a lot of
make
people
teams?
don't have fucking. They don't have patience for that. That movie, that game is good.
Video game players fucking sit down for like 8 hours at a time
They
playing
don't
video
play that.
games, bro.
They
Don't
don't
tell me they
play
don't
that.
have patience for
Most
that.
selling thing before God of War
they
was
only-
Batman.
They only did that for Nintendo Switch recently. They haven't done it since Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah, they didn't think it was gonna make any money.
Wait,
so
so
they didn't
I'm
make any
I'm
money.
only allowed to mention current games?
No, you can
No,
mention
no,
the
no,
game you
no.
want.
But I mean,
There you go, then.
that is a good
No,
game.
I get what
I
you're
like
saying. It's a
it.
good game, but I think the Batman
Eddie.
Arkham series.
Why are you so quiet? You're not a gamer either.
No, he's not.
I was.
He's an
Oh, you were.
arcade
was.
gamer.
Arcade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but for me, the Arkham series, I think, kills almost damn near.
Like I remember
everything.
playing that one.
Yeah,
And it was
Yeah.
great. It did get to the point like what Robert said, where I'm like, fuck, I can't fucking figure this shit out. I'm like,
yeah,
fuck
because the
this.
Riddler trophies were
Yeah.
fucking hard, but that was the point.
That's the
There are
point. Being
Riddler trophies in the
detective.
game that
And
you
you
have to
earned
get.
it.
I'm talking about
You
Street
earned
Fighter
it.
versus
I'm like,
X-Men.
YouTube.
Street Fighter versus X-Men.
Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel Scott.
Yeah, you can do Marvel vs.
Well,
Capcom.
that's
It was a good
Capcom.
fire game,
We're
yeah.
talking about Marvel or DC.
Yeah,
so
no,
that's why I didn't
it
bring
was
up
a
Capcom.
good game, but then if you're gonna do that, Injustice.
I'll give you Injustice.
But that's my point. Like, which game is better, Injustice or
I
that
think
game?
playability, I would say fucking Marvel vs. X-Men
Yes.
is better. As far as story, I like the Injustice story better.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you get to play as fucking Wolverine and Magneto and use their fucking powers.
True, but in that
You
you're
get to
stuck
do
with
rogue
that.
and you can steal people's powers.
The
It's
thing
fucking
what
awesome.
Injustice did is they kept adding characters.
Yeah, but
so
the-
Lobo and everybody else that kept like people. Yeah,
There's Lobo.
yeah.
Lobo's in there. He's dope.
But-
Scorpion, Sub-Zero, they added into it. In the Injustice 2, they added Hellboy
Yeah.
and
The Ninja
Manta
Turtles.
and
Ninja
Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles. So see, it's my point. Like DC, like it's their games that like the DLCs and shit. They bring them on to it. It's for me like the Arkham Knight.
So, but if
Arkham
we're
Knight's
getting
great.
into this, all we really have right now is the Arkham games
Right.
and Injustice for DC.
Yeah,
Okay, so name me another one that's really good.
for DC.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that as they put
Oh
out.
no, they have lots of other games. There's the Superman game that exists.
Nintendo
There's other
16,
Batman
I'm
games.
not talking. I'm talking about right now.
Okay,
I'm
well, I'm talking about all
Okay,
games.
so
Hey,
the
you
so the
said
whole
DC
Superman
versus
games-
Marvel.
All right,
You
so
didn't
the
say
whole- okay.
DC versus Marvel in the
Awesome.
last 2 years.
The shitty ass Hulk game that they made. It was fucking
destroy
God,
everything.
Yeah, it was fucking horrible.
It was based off the movie.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, it was so bad. The first Spider-Man game they made was fucking horrible.
What was the original Injustice League game they did where it was like a fighting game and they had to fight each other? That one's pretty garbage.
Which one?
I could look it up and show you. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a fighting game, like a Street Fighter style fighting game. It's just with DC characters.
Was it with
Justice League.
DC and
Nope. Just
Because
DC
there is
characters. Just DC
I have no
characters.
idea.
You can do the Flash.
Oh, I think I do remember playing. I think was that on Xbox? I mean, PlayStation 3. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I remember it. I think they had really limited characters.
Yeah, I think there's only maybe 6 characters.
Was
in
it,
each
Yeah.
show.
it wasn't the Mortal Kombat versus DC.
No,
no,
it wasn't
no,
that
no.
one. No. I know
No,
what
because
you're
this
talking
looks
about.
a little bit before that, and it kind of looks a little cheesy too. But then there's like the X-Men Apocalypse games that were really bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Marvel Nemesis. If you remember
That
that
was
one,
bad.
that was for the PlayStation
Yeah,
2.
that was bad.
I don't remember Marvel.
The arcade game, the X-Men game, that was dope.
That one was dope. Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was dope.
I can't
That was
talk
dope.
shit on that one.
But the Ninja Turtles game was also dope.
Ultimate.
I mean, so
Ultimate
is
Hard by
Alliance.
yourself.
Ultimate Alliance.
It's fucking hard by yourself.
It's super hard by yourself.
That's what it was.
I
Justice
would like
League
to
Heroes.
learn
Justice
how to.
League
It's a goal of mine to learn, like,
Learn video games?
yeah, because I haven't really played video games since like.
It just depends
Mario
on where you
Brothers.
It depends on where you want to start out with and what you like to play.
Well, yeah, then I have to decide what.
No, it just depends on what do you like to play. Are you story driven? Are you like
You
player
wanna do
driven?
fighting?
Shoot 'em, fighting.
There's
racing?
games
Like
racing?
military, I think I would say.
Because
So
there's
you-
Like Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so they're gonna be story, more of a story.
you also
story
like
type.
horror, right?
Yeah.
So there's a game called Until Dawn on the PS4.
Well, first I have to get a actual device because I don't have one. So
Oh,
PS or
yeah, so the
computer.
game Until Dawn. is-
game device.
It's a game that like you make decisions and as the story plays out,
Nice.
stuff jumps up at you. It's pretty good.
See,
Okay.
that's something that I would like.
Were you the one that mentioned X-Men Mutant Apocalypse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one sucked.
That was horrible. Yeah.
So
It had
Okay,
the potential because you got to play as characters you wanted to play,
Yeah,
but then
but
like
it was just really
sucked.
bad.
so coming up down the pipe right now is Gotham Knights.
Which is already sold out for like pre-orders, like
Yeah,
the collection edition.
yeah, dude. They are doing a Red Hood driven story where you're going to be able to play as Red Hood.
And murder everybody.
Nightwing.
Well, yeah, you get to play as Red Hood and like go the route you want to go.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a different game. So and then
Nightwing,
Nightwing,
Robin.
yeah. No, I'm talking about they're doing a Red Hood game.
Separate,
Separate,
a
yeah.
separate one. Oh, I didn't know that.
Marvel has what is it? This Rising or the Golden Sun or
Oh,
yeah.
I can't-
Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns with
Midnight Suns,
Wolverine,
Blade.
Blade, Ghost Rider.
It's
Oh,
Doctor
Blade.
Strange. It's all the
Yeah.
mystic characters.
Yeah, so
plus
that one.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
'Cause
So they're doing that. For me, I think DC takes Marvel in that area of.
Hey, look, again, I don't play a lot of games. I really like the X-Men Legends games. I thought they were fun. I liked that they are RPG. You could build up the characters
Yeah.
and build up their powers, and then create the teams that you wanted, and then certain teams gave you bonuses and stuff like that. I never played the Arkham games, but I've watched them. They definitely look amazing, and I've heard nothing but great things about them, so I cannot shit on those. And then,
Did you guys hear or get any reviews on the Avengers game that
The
came?
game was ass.
Because there's Avengers and then the Guardians of the Galaxy were the two
Yeah,
most
those-
recent.
so
Both
I
games are
didn't play the Guardians of the Galaxy one, but the Avengers one was kind of like part 3 or 4 to like the X-Men Legends.
Yeah,
Because they kind of took it. They got a different developer for it.
Yeah, but it's money based. So if you want to upgrade your person,
So you
you're
mean
either-
like micro
micro
transactions?
Yeah. So essentially, if you want to like, Iron Man starts out with like half of the iron suit that he made in the cave, right?
Mhm.
You literally have to play for at least they said like was it 25 hours to even get like
Yeah, no, I
his
can't.
metal suit. Not even the Iron Man suit, unless you go to the shop and you spend $30
Oh.
and you get his Iron Man suit. So that's the way that because they made no fucking money when the game came out. Because when people played the beta of it, they were like, dude, this sucks. So what they did is they put the microtransactions on there. So when people actually bought the game to give people, that's how they got their money. Because people spent the $300, $400 to do it. It's like playing Fortnite, but people buy skins and shit to play.
Well, seems to be the new way of games like that.
Roblox and all that kind of shit. Yeah. But yeah, for me, I don't know about you guys, but DC I think takes it in the game realm.
I like how you specify in the game realm.
Well, yeah, I
Well,
say
yeah,
the game realm, that's what we're talking about.
Because
right
I remember playing this one.
Deadpool's fun, but it's not
War
a,
of the
it's
Gems?
not a,
Yeah.
It's a fun game, dude.
yeah, it's a
It's
fun
hilarious.
game, but it's not like
I felt like it got a little repetitive.
It did
it's the
get
same
repetitive.
shit. Like you just hit
It's
the
even
same
like
thing.
his witty remarks, like after a while they repeat and you're just
Yeah.
annoyed with them. Like,
Yeah. So we're gonna jump in. Like you guys want to throw villains out there that from each area.
Are we just talking about villains in general?
So we'll talk about Marvel's villains first.
Okay.
So for me, like Thanos, obviously, Gore.
I mean, we all know how I
Okay.
feel about Doctor Doom.
Yeah, you love the Dooms.
Yeah.
The Doomsies.
I think Kang will be good. I think he'll be interesting. I actually rewatched the last episode of Loki again recently, and just if the character sticks to kind of like that, I expect him to be different, a little bit more serious and stern. We get to Kang as opposed to what was he called in that? Whatever his name was in that. He wasn't Kang. He never refers to him as this way. But I really like that character, and I like that actor, Jonathan Majors. I think his
Yeah.
name is. I like that actor too. So I'm excited to see Kang. I'm bummed out. I gotta wait another year before I see him in an Ant-Man movie, and then I'm even more bummed that he's in an Ant-Man movie.
I like that.
So I take it you don't like Ant-Man?
I think Ant-Man is fan service for jokes.
Yeah, because
That's all it
it's
is.
Paul Rudd.
That's what it is.
I mean,
Yeah, no, Paul Rudd's awesome,
He's a great guy.
but I think it's more of a point like Ant-Man is just your throwaway joke.
Your punchline.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
the
it is.
movie you take your like 6-year-old to just
Yeah.
go see because
your
it'll be
fill-in.
funny. We have fun and it's a family film and like I get it. It's Marvel, it's Disney, it's all family films, but like I don't know,
think
some of these
he
movies have
plays,
some-
He plays the what's the word the relief.
Comic
Comic
relief.
He's a comic relief. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he is.
he's
Yeah.
the bumbling idiot.
And all
He's the punchline. You know, he's
He's
the
the
punchline.
he is the comic
Yeah.
relief.
Yeah.
So my favorite villain all across has to be from Daredevil, the Netflix series.
Kingpin?
Kingpin, dude, he was fucking vicious. I loved him. I loved him in
Yeah,
that.
the actual Kingpin in the comics is fucking vicious.
Yeah, I liked him in the
Fucking
series,
crazy.
and I also liked him in Hawkeye. He was still badass in Hawkeye as well. So, I would say just his character, the actor overall, is one of my favorite.
I don't know if he's good for the movies. I think he's good for those series.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think he's capable to do a film?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think it would come across in a film.
Especially with as cosmic as they're trying to get with shit with the film.
Yeah, he's just a
He's gonna-
regular dude. Unless
Yeah.
he's gonna pay people to stick by him. So if he's paying like another baddie to help him out,
Yeah.
I get that, but you can't have him as the central villain. Because you just blow him the fuck up. When he's done.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even have him as like the master manipulator. I don't think, like pulling all the strings.
Well, yeah, because what does somebody in space care about,
Anything on Earth.
money and shit? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, oh,
Cool,
you
cool,
give me
you're
money?
the king
Cool. I'm from the fucking
Yeah.
space way the fuck
You're
over
the
there,
king of
so-
New York. Awesome. I run this fucking solar system over here, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah. It's hard. I'm trying to think of Marvel villains. The Goblin, Rhino.
Look at the scrolls. Like the scrolls were.
Yeah, but they haven't put the scrolls yet.
Well,
So we don't know how they're gonna look. We're talking about comic book scrolls, and yeah.
No.
well, we did see scrolls.
Yeah, but
Yes,
not
it's
to
scrolls,
yeah, but not to
but-
full force where you're like, oh no, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like when you do like Thanos. If you're just thinking about him, or you see him a little bit in a movie here and here, like you don't get the full force until you see him in Infinity War when he's fucking up Hulk and he's beating the shit out of everyone
Yeah.
else. So then you get the full effect of oh shit.
But
Thanos
then
is
also
actually
not
bad.
not just that, it's also like his mindset that he thinks he's doing it for the good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
So
made it
that's-
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the part that
Because,
that's the,
like-
the really scary
like-
part. It's not so much what he's doing, like the killing all. It's what he believes and why he's doing it.
Yeah, he's a believer in what he's doing.
Yeah.
This is not.
Sacrificing
Kind
his
of like
daughter.
Joker, you
Yeah.
know, Heath Ledger, same thing. He believes that as twisted as he is, he's a little bit more on the
Chaos.
twisted end. He believes that this is needed.
Yeah, like you don't need money.
Yeah.
Look what I've done with some fire and some bullets.
Bullets and some gas.
Yeah, look what I've done to your city.
Yeah.
A little bit of here, everything is a little push. That's my point. Like it's that kind of villain is what you need in a movie
Yeah.
to drive your hero. Your hero is only as good as your villain. If your villains are shit, then your hero is weak.
Yeah.
So Green Goblin probably would be that.
Yeah. I would give you Green Goblin.
I'll give you Green Goblin if we can get into more kind of like the Dark Avenger story where Green Goblin's real name is Osborn, but Norman Osborn.
Norman.
When
Norman
he
Osborn.
when he takes over Shield and kind of replaces all the Avengers with fucking villains, and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
basically villains running Shield.
And that's when it turns into Civil War.
Yeah. I don't know about
I think this is
Craven.
after Civil War, but
Craven,
Don't quote.
from what people said, is supposed to be good, but they're gonna do kind of a.
again, I think he's a street level villain. Like
I know, but that's my point. I think they're gonna do a point where he's kind of like anti-hero type, Venom type shit. I think because Disney doesn't usually like going full board villain.
yeah.
They always do the little word where they teeter. Like you're kind of a villain, you're kind of not a villain.
Like
We see-
Maleficent.
Yeah, like
Oh,
that
I
crazy
like
shit.
Maleficent. What?
Oh, she's not crazy.
No.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
You didn't invite me, so I'm gonna curse your daughter.
Yeah, gotcha. But yeah,
That
like
comes
I'm trying to
from
think of other
pain,
villains
okay? She
for
was hurt.
Well, I'm trying to think of another villain I think would be great besides fucking Doctor Doom because I know I
Hela.
Yeah, she's.
I liked Hela.
We get
That's
Hela's
Lady Death.
good, but essentially kind
That's
of.
what he
was.
does, yeah.
Because I think in the comics she's actually Loki's daughter.
Really?
Yeah, she's Loki's daughter.
Weird.
Um,
What series? What comic series is that one?
All of them.
yeah, she's
Yeah, actually, and I think in Norse mythology too, Hela's the daughter of Loki.
not the daughter of Odin.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. They changed.
Because like I never read.
That's a weird way to like.
Process it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't have hella ass Loki's daughter and
Yeah.
do it that way.
Yeah.
So you made him Odin, and then that would be their sister. It
Yeah.
makes more sense, and you can have a family strife. And,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, I liked her.
Yeah, Hela was dope. I just,
She was like just dark.
yeah, she was hot.
She was hot. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it
She
in.
is. Yeah. Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
Yeah, but is she hot enough to let her put it in your butt?
You know what? You know what?
You want to get
Maybe.
paid?
Maybe.
Maybe. I'll give you the maybe.
What, like maybe just like if she's just a little finger in the butthole when she's
I would,
cupping the balls?
you know what? I would let her put a thumb.
A thumb. Oh, the one with the biggest finger.
Yes. Corner here.
Yeah, just
Oh.
you gotta put your,
So are we gonna go into fetishes now? Or?
That's just gonna be adventurous.
You
That's
missed
not
that.
bad.
You
Yeah.
got here on
A
time.
fetish would be
If
looking.
you'd have been on time, you would have had some shit.
A fetish is looking up tranny poop porn. I was sitting there and then being
You love it.
disgusted by it and watching more.
I think
That's
like,
happened.
no, this
Right?
is horrible.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Let me find another one. No, true story though. I used to work at an adult bookstore. And there was this horrible fucking film that I knew it was the most disgusting thing ever watched because I watched it 3 times in a row and was disgusted every time. And I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, I didn't get desensitized to this.
That's
This is
good
pretty
shit.
fucking vile.
Well,
I'm trying to think of another villain.
I like
What
the
is
Red
that?
Skull.
2 girls, 1 cup.
That's cool.
No, I've seen that. That didn't bother me.
Oh.
Actually, a friend of mine was trying to show me that to like gross me out, and I'm like, just let me know when it gets to the gross part, bro.
Oh.
You're a little
You
devious.
guys are
Yeah, so Red Skull.
I didn't really enjoy watching the girls eat their own poop and vomit,
gross.
but it was the fact that my friend was trying to like shock me with it that I was just like, oh, yeah, I guess.
Oh, is there another villain?
There's tons of villains.
There's tons of villains. I'm talking
I mean,
about.
I would love to see a good Galactus come in.
Yeah.
You know,
Carnage.
I like
That was
Carnage.
What,
ass.
do you think Carnage can carry the
No,
story?
no,
But,
I
Oh,
don't
the
think,
way-
I don't
the way
think
they
he,
did
I
it,
don't
no.
think he did.
I mean, obviously.
no.
What
the
about-
way they did it, no.
Let's just say they did it differently. Like he was an actual villain.
I think if they could do like they built the symbiotes up a little bit more, and then they brought in like Null, the Symbiote God, and then trying to turn it into a thing might work for Sony to create their own little universe, because that's kind of where around the time like Venom becomes an anti-hero as well, and I mean it's all connected. You know, all the symbiotes are connected to Null, which brings us back to Gore the God Butcher.
They made Venom a bitch though. In the last movie.
They just made him PG-13.
I mean, both of them
He was
were
crying and fucking like, come on. He's playing with fire. He's against fire, right?
Those are
Like,
pro-
fire hurts him, right? So he's
I
sitting
think
there.
it's Sound actually, Sonics.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Fire too, but
Yeah,
the Sonics I
yeah.
take care of.
So he's sitting there and fire's on the apartment. He's just sitting there still fucking doing shit like it doesn't matter.
I didn't like either of them.
Really?
The first one was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. It was a good introduction into Venom. I thought in the second one you were gonna go full board into
With him,
Venom,
yeah.
like into Venom. Like, all right, cool. You're gonna bring Carnage in. He bites him, and he becomes. Come on, like that's like the easiest way out to fucking do a character. I understand why he did it because it's Disney, but still.
But that's kind of how it worked in the books too, though. Is
Yeah, but it's just
Eddie
the way
Brock
they went.
and
It's the way they
Cletus
went around
Kasady
it.
shared a cell, and Eddie cut himself or did get attacked by Cletus, and he got the
Yeah.
blood. And that's how
It's just the way that it like went up to it, and then the way that after it was just for me it was bad.
I'm not trying to defend that
The
movie.
movie was ass. Anybody else? So we can switch to. Well, I'll go DC if you keep looking at Marvel. So obviously easiest one,
I mean,
Joker.
Yeah.
Easiest one. Two-Face I like because of the parallels between them. I don't think you've done. I think the next Todd Phillips movie he did the Joker. He's doing the Joker too
I really hope that's not true.
with Joaquin Phoenix.
Really
I
hope
think
that's
what you're doing with that is they're setting it up for DC Dark again, but you're not gonna do like monsters and shit. You're doing like Two-Face. You're doing Penguin.
Oh, Penguin for me is just his childhood, but he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, but the one that Colin Farrell did,
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
And then the Riddler this time around.
This-
The Riddler this
I
time
was
around
gonna
is
say-
dark.
I liked it.
That's what you need. You don't need campy. You need for DC. You need dark.
I
You
agree.
need dark villains because Batman is engulfed in dark shit. Superman is engulfed in dark
That's-
shit. You need Lobo for Superman. That's where they're missing it.
They should just do a Lobo fucking movie.
Yeah, you
and
do
they
a Lobo
all have
movie.
Oh, that'd be
fucking-
dope.
You can have Superman in it, but don't make
Who
it
do
a
you
Superman.
put as Lobo though? That's the problem. You busted your nut on Jason Momoa being
Yeah.
fucking Aquaman.
Because he
And
does
Jason
kind of
Momoa,
look like fucking
He
Lobo.
does.
he
Lobo,
looks like
dude.
fucking Lobo. He has to
She's
be
super
Lobo.
chill, just like laid back. He can fuck you up if he wants to or if he needs to. That's Jason Momoa, like
That's him, dude.
to a fucking T. Like perfect.
He has the
Smoking
hair,
a cigar, the hair.
Attitude, dude.
But you
Look,
busted your nut.
I don't know what kind of acting skills he has, but just visually, if we're going visually, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'll give you your wrestler, Roman Reigns. I think he can pull off a fucking Lobo.
Shit.
I think he could. I think the only problem you would have with that is hopefully Roman can act it out.
I just said,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
know
just
what
saying,
kind of
like,
acting
flesh
skills,
it out.
but just looking at him, like, just fucking make him gaunt ass white with fucking red
Yeah,
contacts.
I think he could. I could think he could pull off. That's a good one actually.
Yeah.
That is actually a good one. That was
Every once in
Good
a while,
job, Robert.
every once in a while, this star shines, buddy.
Yeah, but it would be cool. You have a movie where you have The Rock standing there with fucking Jason Momoa as Aquaman and Roman Reigns. It's a whole family fucking thing right there.
Here you go.
But yeah, Lobo, Lex Luthor.
I'm done with Luther. We don't have to. We don't have to ever see.
Are you coming because it's
After the whole,
It just, I feel like every fucking Superman movie has always been fucking Luther, and
Yeah.
fuck Luther. Like
You have to have Luther there. He's
no,
always
you
the
don't.
background.
No, you could have him in the background. That's fine. Make him president. You don't have to put him in the fucking
Well,
movie.
no,
I'd
okay.
rather see a Brainiac.
Brainiac,
I think
yes,
a Brainiac
yeah,
would be
Brainiac.
fucking
so
awesome.
so Man of Steel had no Lex Luthor in it.
No, but I liked who was the actor's name, the villain in that one. I like him as an actor.
Oh, he is an
Zod?
actor. Yeah, Joe Zod.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Oh yeah, like
He's a great actor.
and he has that psycho.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Iceman.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael. What's his name? Michael. Yeah,
No.
Iceman. Yeah,
Yeah.
not Roker.
Not Roker. Whatever.
Yes.
I'll think of it later.
Yeah.
But
after the podcast.
him as Joe Zod was awesome.
Yes.
I think all of them were awesome.
But that was again, okay. So I'm one of the weird people that liked Man of Steel. But
I liked it.
again, a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
But again, all it did was just I felt like we were getting rehashed of the same villains again because
Right.
General
Yeah.
Zod, a fucking Superman too. Like, bring me somebody fucking new. I mean, the only cool thing
Metallo?
about it, I'll take a Metallo. That
Metallo
would be okay.
would
Yeah, we just set Metallo up though.
Yeah,
You can't have him in one movie.
You can't. You have to do Luther
Yeah,
again if you want
yeah.
to do Metallo, because that's
Yeah.
kind of how that works. But you could create an Amazo, which Amazo's awesome. He's a
Yeah.
robot too
Yes.
that uses everybody's powers. There's what's his name, Despero. You could do Parasite. You know, the thing that kind of sucks about DC is all the really good villains come from the Batman universe.
That's true.
It
Actually,
is
Well,
kind of-
no.
Hey,
I mean,
Superman also has a Toyman. Toyman.
Toyman is good. He's actually Superman.
Did you?
I don't know if I love Toyman. If we
No,
think
the Toyman with the New 52 put kryptonite in some of the toys and shit. So when he fought, Superman, it was more of a fair fight for him because he almost killed him. No, you have Deadshot, you have Bloodsport,
That's right.
Peacemaker.
yeah,
Who
again,
wants to be? He's on that middle ground of.
But those characters again we mentioned were Suicide Squad characters.
Right, yeah.
You know, I don't even know who their villains would be. I think Bloodshot would be, or Deadshot is fucking Batman again.
Deadshot is Batman.
Yeah.
But you
Bloodsport
bring in the
is
KG Beast.
Superman. Bloodsport.
If they could do a good fucking Green Lantern film, I would love to see the other color of the lanterns. The red lanterns are
Hey,
fucking
yeah,
one of
red
my
lanterns,
favorites.
The
Red
Lantern.
and the yellow.
Yeah.
What is it? The Darkest Night.
Darkest Night.
Darkest Night is the shit. It's one of my favorite series.
I didn't like Suicide Squad, the second one. I liked the first one.
Let me just ask this question.
Wow.
Let me just ask this question. So,
That was beautiful right there.
So, what part of the first Suicide Squad movie did you like
I didn't like the villain.
besides
No, I don't.
Harley Quinn?
No, she's not the only reason Harley
Okay.
Quinn.
What is the reason that you liked the first Suicide Squad besides Harley Quinn?
I liked the chemistry of the characters that were in there.
I will say though, like just kind of try to help her out a bit. I like Boomerang.
Yeah.
Boomerang was pretty fucking funny.
Comic
Yeah.
relief.
Again,
Yeah,
it's fine. I'm not saying he was the most powerful. But
I'm
he was
not
fucking
saying-
funny.
I'm not saying I liked.
So what was wrong with the second movie?
Oh God.
They all meshed well together. You saw a Polka Dot Man who a lot of people shit on, like, dude, that
Love
fucking
that.
horrible. He was one of the best characters to come out. The Rat Catcher.
Mommy?
Ratcatcher
Dude.
2. Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah, sorry, Rat Catcher 2. 'Cause his dad was
Ratcatcher 2.
Rat Catcher.
That was
Like
good.
she was great. Peacemaker and Bloodsport, their shit was fucking hilarious
I
back and forth.
think they could have kept those.
Pete
Not-
Davidson?
Yeah, no, not. Yeah, but they could have kept those characters
You
a
have to
little
kill some.
longer.
No, you have to kill them.
But right in like the first.
But
Yeah.
I think that's what made it
Because
awesome.
that's what made the Suicide Squad, because it's a suicide mission every
But
time
it
they
could
go
have
out.
gone a little bit
No.
more.
But
in.
that's what I think made
Yeah.
it great though too. Is like you use somebody like Pete Davidson and Michael Rooker and these kind of other names and these big kind of characters, and then just slaughtered them off right the fuck
Because
away.
they have to die. It's a suicide
I
squad.
know they have to die, but I
then
didn't
again-
like that it happened like that so quickly.
See, I
What did
love
you want them to do?
I love that.
What did you want
I
them
mean,
to do?
I
I
loved it.
like that,
How would you have killed them though?
How would, I don't know, like further down.
Why? But that was the point. They sent them in to get killed while the other team went the other way.
That's the
So
point.
they were the Suicide Squad going in and get fucking murdered while the actual squad went the other way. That's what she used to do.
I'm getting yelled at.
Okay. But in the
Because
comics,
you're wrong!
no, but in the
Yeah.
comics, that's what she would do. Amanda Waller would use two different teams
Yep.
and send one team to get slaughtered while the other team went through the back door. So that's what she would always do.
That's what I do. I take over the back door. You know what I'm talking about.
It's that finger all over again. It's
Talking about
that finger all over again. That's
Do you
my
have
point.
that on your profile in the dating app?
Probably not, because I probably won't get a lot of dates, or the ones I would get would be crazy.
You crazy?
I mean, yeah, but you know.
Confused? Happy?
There's levels.
Yeah, there's levels of crazy.
Yeah.
The chick that's gonna respond to like, yeah, I'm into butt stuff, probably not sane.
You never know.
You never know. You know, like, there's different sites
She's
for that kind of
saving
stuff.
herself. She's
You don't
saving
you don't put that on my I don't put that on my Christian connection.
You never know. That might
I'll
work.
put that on my FetLife
No,
connection.
you can be Christian because you know through the butt is okay.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's
That makes
okay.
sense.
Because you're not.
South Park, they did it in the ear too, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See?
I went to Catholic school. Yeah, I know about the butt stuff, right?
Yeah.
I had priests.
Wow.
It was not just a confession.
Oh, he confessed.
I'm touching too. I'm not touching that one.
That's okay. I didn't really go to Catholic school.
It's okay. I didn't really touch.
I'm agnostic, so it's like.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we can get to that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. All right, so
So we
we're
went to-
villains.
villains.
Yeah.
You did say Catholic priests, villains.
Do we ever talk
Oh.
about like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good.
right?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad. So yeah, I like the second Suicide Squad much better than like the
Yeah.
first one. And I didn't hate the first one. It's definitely fucking flawed, and it's got some parts that I'm like,
You need the air
super
cut. You
cheesy.
need the air cut.
Again,
But
I didn't like the villain part in that movie. It didn't.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't-
Joker was supposed to be the villain.
Right.
Yeah, so air cut has not been released, so that's why
Yeah.
you get that campy shit where Jared Leto was, his shit was chopped down to like fucking 5-6 minutes
Yeah.
on screen. So.
Yeah.
but if we're talking about other DC villains that they could introduce,
Wait, why didn't you like the Joker?
but the Joker,
Like Joaquin.
oh, I loved it. I think
Oh,
it's
you
fucking
did?
He doesn't want to
amazing.
make a second one.
I don't think they should. I don't think
I
they
think
should
you
make another
perfectly.
one.
I think you perfectly. Unless you're going to introduce that kid as like a janitor or it's like a kid who's like writing a fucking whatever, and has Joaquin in there, and you go through the mental shit that's going on, and you're setting up that kid
Why don't you want a part two if they could?
They left it.
because it was perfect.
The way they ended was perfect.
You don't know if that was a dream he was having or he actually did it.
Did he
But
just
to
make up a
have,
whole?
but to have him in another Joker.
Yeah, and that'd be
Okay,
perfect.
okay, so you gotta remember, a lot of these movies, they mess up when they come up with the second one.
Usually.
So you wanna end this with like, this was just great, like, leave it to like, there's so many outs, and then just let it be.
But it was so like I feel not only just in like the comic type of vision, but like in mental health, like how they touched on that.
Yeah, but what
It
do
was
you mean?
so powerful that they have so much to
So-
go off.
So I'm not saying they can't make another movie about mental health.
No,
That
no,
would
but
be
I'm
good.
saying like they would
I'm
do
saying
good
don't
for
make
him.
another Joker movie.
They could do maybe like Two-Face.
Yeah, no, they are doing
Do
Two-Face.
anything
They are
you
doing
want.
Two-Face.
Who's
But just
gonna
another
be?
Joker?
Do they know who's gonna be Two-Face?
I don't know Two-Face,
You know,
but they
you'll have
Todd
to
Phillips is
What?
Shut the fuck up.
God.
no, they're making a Two-Face, but they said this Two-Face or the Two-Face movie is gonna be darker than what Joker is.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So essentially, you're gonna see the descent of a person who has mental illness because of the two phases or whatever. And when the shit happens, I don't know if it's gonna happen at the end of the movie or whenever. It has to happen either in the middle, and you can't be right off the fucking back. And then it's gonna show his like descent into just like.
But that,
like,
Unless you go back and like you do the whole backstory in the middle.
But that's in our Robert Patterson universe, right?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
So yes, I do
I
not
would
think
mute
they
you
need
when
to
Eli's on the other fucking mic.
they do not need to make another Joker movie. The Joker was fine the way it was.
No,
the
yeah,
way
I mean,
Andy
I
was great.
loved it.
To do anything more, I think, is just adding more sugar to a cake that doesn't need it. You know?
That's nice. I like that.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
I made that up on the spot.
Did you?
Thank you.
That was
You
good.
know, I won't argue that. I think I'm just in the middle. Like they could without.
They can do anything.
They
I
could
just
without
don't think it'll
messing
be
up.
good.
No,
that
that's
would
the
be
problem.
hard.
That'd be
That's
hard.
the
I think that would
problem.
be way too hard
I mean,
because you have to get a point where remember he's in the mental asylum.
Remember that.
He's not going anywhere.
The Godfather 2 was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a crime.
Gremlins 2 was horrible.
No, I'm
true.
saying, but
It was all
there
punchlines.
is.
I do
There,
love Gremlins
there
2.
is a
I love it.
reality.
Yeah, but you
Gremlins
gotta
too.
understand, like when you do The Godfather 2, that's working with a mob. So you can make endless stories of stuff you can do. With the Joker, he's in the asylum.
And the Godfather 2 is really essentially a prequel.
Yeah.
We're getting the story of Vito Corleone.
But my
coming
point
to
is that
America.
all like
And how he rose to
sequels,
power.
like yes,
But
normally they
think
suck.
about it. Yes.
They suck. Yes, but there is a golden.
Slight chance.
Yeah.
No,
like,
there
it's-
is a
But,
slight
okay,
chance.
in your
But why
your
take the
mind,
chance?
What would you do in your mind?
So let's just say you have the autonomy to do whatever you want with Joker 2. How would it go?
Remember, he's stuck in the asylum. He's not getting out.
So the end of the scene of the film.
Well, I mean.
I mean, he could.
I mean, he
Yeah.
can escape, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But what
Joker
would
2,
you do?
you can make any movie you want. Give us your just
Breakdown.
Yeah.
Scenario.
What do you
God,
think?
I'm like, can I think about it and like come back
Yes,
to
you
you
have.
guys?
What's the answer?
No, you can
I
think about
just-
it. How about this? How about this? You take your time and think about it, and then when you got it down,
Look, I loved Joaquin Phoenix there. I loved that they touched on mental illness and how fucked up the system is. So like that's why I feel like there's.
So I
We
get
should
that,
do
and
another
nobody's,
movie.
and nobody's
This is
taking
a different movie. Don't use him.
you can
as
do
the
you
character.
can have Harvey Dent come in as a young DA
Yeah.
with him in the asylum, and let's say
No.
something's happening, he's talking to him. I think doing another Joker movie, you're setting yourself up for
Failure.
Failure.
Because if it does good, you're gonna be like, oh, let's make a third one,
Yep. And it's just
That's
it's a
what
money
happened.
grab.
and let's just keep fucking going. Because
Yeah.
even Joaquin said,
Godfather 3 sucked.
yeah. So even Joaquin said he was just like, this movie was perfect. Like we don't need to make another one unless we
Okay.
come up with a story that's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah.
if you, I think if you did another story that was based on mental health and all that, like you're just basically retelling that story again.
Yeah, that
No,
movie was
but that's-
cringy,
that's-
but the perfect kind of cringy.
But there's so many. The mental health is such a spectrum. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be connected to that type of issue of mental health.
Yeah, so I'm saying no, you
So-
can put something else.
So what I would feel that they would do though is they would want to go completely different then, right? Because we already did one, and the Joker's not different types of mental ill. Like we already discussed his kind of mental
Well,
illness,
and
right?
Two-Face would be, I guess, like schizo type of.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
point. He would be schizo at some point. If you
That's
put
another. Yeah.
if you put that and
Or
you have like you
split
could do a
personality.
young
Yeah.
Harley Quinn in there.
It's
you can
split
do whatever
personality.
you want, but I think it has to be centered. You can put the Joker in like another movie with Harvey Dent as a young DA, and now you're in the 90s and Harvey Dent is young or whatever, and he's going through whatever, and something's happening. You have the Joker in that movie for a little bit. I think having his own movie is you're setting yourself up for like just a failure. It's just not gonna. You're gonna think of that movie and
Hey.
not of the first one.
You want a movie, dude, that has to do with a mental illness? Go with schizophrenia, which would be Zaz. He'll fuck people up.
You could do Zaz, but I don't think you
Yeah.
should give. I think you would have to do an HBO series on Zaz, not an
Right.
actual movie. I don't think anybody's gonna go
Yeah.
watch that because you don't know who Zaz is.
Yeah. He's kind of a side.
We know
Yeah.
who Zaz
We
is,
know who Zaz is.
but he's not a main character. He's a hitman.
He's a serial killer.
Yeah, so nobody, like, you know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying. If you're doing an HBO series where you have other, like, the Arkham series.
Right. I
So if you have him in the Arkham series, yeah, but not as a movie. Because that right there, you're just waiting for it to flop. Because people aren't going to go watch it.
right.
That's a, you know,
All right, in Eddie's words, I digest.
word.
Right.
So we get to the point where we go, like, who has the better shows? So you have...
I'm gonna give Marvel the better shows. Because when I think of DC shows, I think of fucking WB. And
Yeah.
I hate those fucking shows so
Well,
much.
Smallville
Smallville
was the shit.
Smallville was the shit.
Smallville was good.
Batgirl.
Batgirl wasn't good.
The Flash is not that
The Flash is
great.
good.
The Flash is good. Flash
Look,
is good.
those
Arrow.
shows- no,
Arrow
was good.
Arrow was good.
Those shows are okay if you can watch them on fast forward and skip all the bullshit talking they're doing because they don't care about their fucking teenage high school
Agent of the
fucking
Shield
drama.
does the same shit. It's just grown up people acting like kids. And they don't like this and like this. This person's in love with this person. That's the same thing Agents of the Shield does.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the Punisher.
And that show's
the
up
Punisher
too.
was fucking dope.
Bucky.
The first season of Punisher was good. The second season of Punisher
But we're
wasn't
talking
as
about
good.
which
Was that the one where he's got the girl with them?
The most one.
Yeah, the second one's the one girl.
Yeah, because I mean,
I didn't really care for that one.
Yeah, but I'm saying it wasn't as good.
Marvel-
It was still it still gave you
Oh,
fan service with him,
Yeah.
but everything that had to do with her was
Sort of. He didn't wear the fucking skull through most of it.
I know.
Like, I think it's the very end scene.
Where he's wearing the skull
pulls
and
the
that's
goodness.
what's dope. Is getting shot and shit.
Yeah, and you're
That
like,
shit's dope. Him in the courtroom was fucking dope though. Yeah, that was.
I mean, I like this. I like the first season of Punisher. It was
Yeah.
good.
Jessica Jones, not good.
yeah, that
They
was-
they could not go by the comics. So I was like, why did you even fucking do it?
They definitely
The Purple
included some
Man,
things on
dude,
it.
the Purple Man does some
More
horrible
fucked up
shit to
shit,
her,
yeah.
dude. Just
I'm
having
probably a
to do
little
threesomes
biased
and all kinds of shit.
because I do like the Jessica Jones comic book series. I don't know. I like Jessica Jones. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
But it wasn't great though. It was.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think any of the Netflix shows were great. I thought Daredevil was probably the best of
Yeah,
them.
Daredevil's
But
good.
am I gonna say it was great? No, I had some great moments.
It's the best of them.
It's the best of them.
Yeah.
It
Daredevil
definitely-
and
Luke
Punisher.
Cage was good the first season. Second season was bad. It was just bad.
Iron Fist.
I sucked. Iron Fist. Actually, I hated Defenders more than I hated Iron
Oh, that was
Fist.
bad too.
Yeah,
That was just
okay.
very
That was
bad.
too.
Defenders was worse than Iron Fist. That's weird.
Um,
That's the stuff on Disney Plus.
But the stuff I did. I mean, I've liked all
Loki
of those
was good.
shows.
Loki
Loki's
was
good.
good.
And
I liked WandaVision.
I like
The
Moonlight?
Captain America and the
Falcon. I don't
Falcon?
know.
Falcon?
I like
Falcon
that
and the
one.
Winter Soldier. That's what it was.
I like that one.
It was a cop buddy film to me. It
Yeah.
was Lethal Weapon. It was Lethal Weapon.
Just not funny.
It had some funny moments,
funny
but,
moment,
but it definitely felt disjointed. Like it was clearly supposed to be something else, and they were like, "Fuck, that ain't gonna work. We gotta slap all this shit together and just puked it out." Yeah, and I think that's why we don't like the Falcon as Captain America right now.
Yeah.
It's just because and
So-
yeah, they try to throw that wokeness in at the end of
Yeah.
it, which I'm all about fucking sending out positive messages and stuff, but it just
Not
felt
the show
shoved
anymore.
in there.
It felt rushed. It felt
It didn't
rushed.
feel it didn't feel natural.
So I think Marvel wins in like TV shows.
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Wait, when we say TV shows, we're only talking live action. We're not talking animated.
Right?
We can do animated too. I think
Because
this
I
is
think-
so-
Animation.
Oh, because animated DC.
DC hands down.
Okay, we're
bro.
going just animated, just DC. But I think overall, if we're going animated and shows, I think Marvel edges them out. I
I'm
think
gonna
DC,
disagree.
like Batman. If you're talking about, we're not talking about movies.
No, we're talking
We're
about
talking about
animation.
young. You're talking about young
Animation.
Justice. You're talking about the Batman
animated series.
animated series.
We're talking about Constantine. We're talking about Justice League. We're talking about Batman. We're talking about Justice League Dark. There's a whole bunch of
Well,
series.
okay, so
Those are movies.
Some of those are movies.
Those are movies.
So there is a Justice.
Those are movies.
There was
Shows.
a
So it's
Justice
anim-
League.
animation.
No. Shows.
Just shows.
Just shows. So that's my point. I think Marvel wins if we're putting
Animation?
shows.
Because animation, they have what? Spider-Man,
X-Men.
X-Men, Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four.
X-Men. I mean, that's.
That's my point.
Yeah, I'll give
Like,
you the X-Men 90s
X-Men.
cartoon for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go Batman animated beats X-Men.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I like Loki. I like Scarlet Witch. I'm no Winter Soldier. What was the most recent one they did? I didn't hate Hawkeye, but I don't
Moon
put
Knight.
talk about. I liked Moonlight actually. Or
Oh,
Moon Knight.
I
I did
haven't
like that one.
gone through that one.
As far as live action, I got nothing for fucking DC.
That's my
I
point.
try.
We have
Well,
Smallville.
I
That's
don't
it.
like
For-
Smallville.
For live action,
I
Yeah,
like
that's my point.
Smallville.
We have Smallville. That's
about it.
about it.
But I also like,
what the
Arrow.
Smallville sucks. What do you want?
It does not suck.
It does suck.
Nah,
I'll give you. I like Doom Patrol, but I like it because it's trying to be something different and kind of unique.
Titans didn't hit.
But
Titans. The problem with Titans is Titans.
Titans
The
is
problem with
hard for me
Titans
to
is
get into.
the Titans like so there's 8 episodes, right? 7 episodes are fucking awesome. Every time they get to a season finale, it's dog shit.
Yeah, but
It's
a lot of
fucking
shows
horrible.
do that.
No, but it's because they're on the 4th season now, right? Every season that has been an ending, it's been fucking god awful.
But again, a lot of shows do that.
I know, but
it
we're
feels-
talking about the DC. For me, it's like you get 7 episodes right. Your nut at the end of it is your season finale, and it's fucking horrible. For like 4 straight seasons. You try to do
I was gonna try to pick on some Marvel movies or Marvel series that I think ended really badly. And besides, again, like the Winter Soldier one.
Yeah, everything else ended good. So I'm saying I think Marvel wins that bout of shows. If we're doing animated and live action, they still win because we can only think of one fucking live action
show. We're talking about show.
Okay. I mean, you could do Flash, but Flash doesn't beat out Loki.
Yeah.
Arrow doesn't beat out Loki. You know what I mean? Like Smallville for me is like on par with it, doesn't beat it out.
I think if I were to just go every show, animated or live action, I feel like DC would win for me because I like a lot of the animated stuff.
I think you're putting movies in there too, though.
No, I'm not.
No.
If you're doing Young Justice, you're doing Batman,
Justice League.
No,
Unlimited.
Yeah, Unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
I still think Marvel wins. I think
the original Super Friends.
Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins power activate.
Water. Now we play the waiting game.
Now we play the waiting game.
That shit was fucking hilarious. That shit was good. All right, so for me, I think Marvel wins. You say DC wins?
I'm gonna go. I would have to actually sit here and go through each one, but I feel like just kind of doing the math in my head, I would probably find more DC shows that I like. But that's including animated.
Yeah.
If you take out animated, I'm with you. It's Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're talking about shows, I would say DC because here's the thing. You can watch all the Batman animated series, and it's a good timeline, it's a good experience. Every single time, you're going to enjoy it. But if you watch Batman Beyond, but what about X-Men? There's some episodes where they kind of go off, and the story is...
No, I get that, but I think the animated, if we're going animated, I think DC wins. Mm-hmm. On animation, I think Marvel more than wins for that. And I think that right there gives them a little bit of the edge.
But hopefully,
that's the only thing.
Hopefully now with the new changes that Warner Brothers has, we're gonna have.
Yeah, for HBO.
Yeah.
HBO. I'm talking about HBO, not CW. I'm talking about HBO. So HBO shows are going to be good because of the Watchmen's coming back.
But that's still DC.
Don't tell me the Watchmen's coming. Oh,
yeah.
God.
It's not going to be like that.
Damn
though.
it!
It's not going to be like that though.
What's it going to be?
It's going to be like how from where it left off in the movie.
Oh,
that's where the fucking other show picked
up. But they're not.
Years later,
but they're not doing. No, it's essentially like the day after the events happen.
So I'm gonna side with Alan Moore, the writer of The Watchmen, and it was only meant to be a comic book. It should not be elaborated on. The story is complete, perfect on its own. It's kind of like I feel about Joker. You do not need to keep making more. It was fucking perfect on its own. Leave it alone.
Okay, sure.
But that's my opinion.
So we jump into like the movies. Eddie has not talked for a lot of this time.
Or have you seen all of these movies we're talking about?
Like Eddie. No.
I don't really watch that.
No. So we're gonna go actually the movies now.
Okay.
So just right off the cuff, before we get into it, do you think DC has done a better job in their movies, or Marvel's done a better job in their movies?
Really quick before we go for different, are we still counting animated in here?
Yes. Now it's animated.
Okay.
So any movie that's animated that has to do with DC, any movie that's animated that has to do with Marvel, any any movie having to do with DC, any movie having to do with for that.
Okay.
So.
That's hard.
Now it gets hard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because DC, when they put out animated movies, have been like for me, Justice League Apocalypse, is better than Endgame.
Yep, 100.
Like that cartoon was fucking brutal. That animated movie was, dude. Like watching people get ripped apart, like Shazam getting his leg fucking ripped off. Watching like fucking
Constantine running away like a coward.
Bitch, and then like watching like Zatanna get ripped apart by the fucking the Doomsday fucking what are they?
The Minions.
The Doomsday Minions, and like watching them.
Talking about Parademons?
Yeah, the Parademons, but they spliced with Doomsday.
Yeah. So you're talking about Justice League Dark.
Yeah,
Justice
League Apocalypse.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, like that for me was better than that. Their Endgame was better than Marvel's actual Endgame.
Well, see, DC will go fucking dark.
Yeah,
like
dark as shit.
Like Flashpoint. Watch Flashpoint.
Flashpoint
fucking one. You have the fucking Thomas Wayne Batman, who is just fucking awesome.
Who just give a fuck.
Yeah. He just guns. He just.
I wish they would have showed his wife. Martha,
but
Joker.
That's a side
story.
story.
That's the only thing that I didn't like about that. Is like, dude, just show her once. And I was sitting there the whole time and I was like,
Hoping.
dude, just show her once.
But even in the books, that's a side story.
Yeah, I know, I get
It's
that. That's what I'm
not-
saying.
It's not
I
part
just
of
want,
the main story.
I just wanted to show her once, even if it was like on a poster or something. Just show her once with the fucking red and
Like
all that
Wanted or
shit.
something.
Yeah. Just-
Look, I'm with you. That's a great fucking story. That's an awesome story.
Yeah.
But you would have had to shove that in, and it would have just felt out.
I get it, but like,
But Flashpoint, like when he fucking shoots Thawne
Oh,
in the fucking
back in
hand,
the head,
bullet. I mean, you see the hole through his whole
Yeah.
fucking head. Like, god damn, this shit's dark.
and the other one where he's trying to get the card, or what was it? The Suicide Squad one, where he's trying to get the card. to
Oh
get
yeah,
out of hell.
yeah.
That was fucking
Hell
awesome.
and Back. It's
Yeah.
Hell and Back, right?
That was fucking awesome.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
So
Which
let's talk about one that he actually saw. He watched the
Long Halloween.
Long Halloween. What did you think
That was
about?
actually
What did
good.
you think about?
I
Because there's two
liked it.
parts.
Yeah,
Right?
It
What
was
did you
long,
think?
but I was like, it was worth it though.
The other one I had seen too was Joker, who's laughing? No,
Last laugh.
last night.
No, it's the Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke.
There you go. Yes.
Don't do that, Tim. Don't do that, Tim. The Killing Joke.
Hey,
Killing Joke's
okay.
awesome.
I liked it.
Shoots her in the back, then paints on the wall with her fucking blood.
Yes.
Next time you go to the comic book shop, buy yourself a copy of the Killing
The
Joke.
Killing
Oh,
Joke.
yeah,
Go
you'll see-
read
you'll,
it.
You'll see why it's cringy.
Batman eating that fucking Batgirl on the fucking roof.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrible.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
I'm just saying.
Is that where that came from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
I've
Kill-
seen it. I just didn't know.
So
it was
if you ever seen that animated Killing Joke, you got to go to about halfway through because the first 30 minutes is all added in shit. It's
Yeah.
not part of the book.
No.
So the book starts with Batman coming to this island to go talk to Joker and saying, we need to solve our differences because we're going to kill each other at the end of this at some point. And that's how the book starts, and that's where it leads into Barbara Gordon getting shot and her being paralyzed. And then, you know,
Her
if you see
becoming
there's
Oracle.
her becoming Oracle. Well, she doesn't really there,
Well,
but
yeah.
that's what leads into
Yeah.
that. And then the greatest thing about the book is like when you read it, like especially when I was younger and read it. When I say younger, just mean my 20s because I'm old as fuck. But when you read it at the end, like that's the fucking real catcher. Is you get to ask yourself, did Batman just kill the fucking Joker? Because that's really the question
Yeah,
at
that's
the
the
end of it. Is that the Killing Joke? Because the way it ends in the book, which is kind of in the movie, is they're laughing together,
He tells him a joke and he finally laughs.
and you can hear the rain coming, right?
And they're both laughing.
But then they stop laughing,
It's-
but the
it's-
rain's still coming.
So
So you don't know if
Did
he
Batman,
killed him or
and,
not.
and it's
or-
off panel too, so like, did Batman just finally kill the fucking Joker?
Yeah, so that's the great part about that is that it's like in the Dark Knight. Those two movies are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
When Batman's older, he's just like doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like he just beats the shit out of people. Like he doesn't fucking care anymore. That one where he's like, I'm done.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
when the Joker gets out, he's like, I'm fucking done.
Well, even in that one, he doesn't kill. That one, he doesn't kill the Joker. Joker kills himself.
Well,
but
he
that's
just
what's so
snaps
great
his-
about it.
Yeah.
He's
Joker,
gonna snap his neck. Like,
but he doesn't kill
he
him.
doesn't kill him, but he snaps
He
his neck.
paralyzes him.
Yeah.
And the Joker fucking finally just snaps his
He's
own
like-
neck and is like, everybody's gonna blame you for it
Yeah, it
anyways.
was his-
Fuck you.
When he hits him in the eye with the fucking bat, he's like, in my fucking eye, like he throws the battery in his eye because he's done. He's just like,
He's over it.
dude, under the red hood.
Yes.
When
Under the
when
Red
he's
Hood,
that's
when,
another
when
one.
Robin is sitting there talking to him and he's just like, dude, I don't care that you let me die. I understand that's what comes with this, but for you not to kill this Satan worshipping piece of shit after what he did to me,
Fucking
And
brutal. As he
it's
was
brutal.
fucking torturing.
yeah,
him.
he's just like sitting there and he's just like,
Which
dude,
way's better?
He has a fucking point though.
no, he
doesn't
does have a point. He's like, the graveyards he's filled, and you just let him walk. And he's just like, we lock him up, he gets out. We lock him, he gets out. He's like, and essentially, he's right. He's
Yeah,
100% right.
No.
You should have shot him and fucking killed him. He
And-
does beat the shit out of him with a crowbar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
fucks him.
Oh yeah,
He
that's
That's
brutal.
right.
I love it.
the death in the family.
Upright, yeah.
But that's what's fucking great too. Is I love it. My favorite scene in that same one though is like the Joker's like, cool. I'm the only one gonna get what he wants. We're all going to die,
Yeah.
and he's pumped that they're all going to die,
Yes.
and he's including himself.
Yeah.
He's all happy about it too, because like
He's
it's
just
lit.
a fucking tickled pig, and he's pissed when Batman's gonna fucking. Oh, you fuck! You
Yeah.
found a
But
way.
even after it blows up and he's still laughing on the thing,
Yeah.
and you can't see the Red Hood anymore, you're just like, oh. And Joker's just sitting there just laughing under rubble and shit. He still didn't die.
No,
I-
it never dies.
I did like the animation version of Batman Year One. That
Yep,
was actually
that
done
was
very
good.
well. That
That
one
was
was
good.
done very well.
Yeah.
I like Justice League War.
Yeah, that was
one.
good.
That one's good. That one was fun.
Doom. I thought Doom was.
Doom was
I
alright.
didn't hate Doom. What's the other one? It's not Crisis on Infinite Earths. Justice League Two Earths.
It's like
Two Earths, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
oh, whether it's like the opposite version of Batman.
Yeah, we
yeah.
Justice
Okay.
League basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a good storyline
That was good.
too. Watching him fight against Bruce Wayne and Batman. Watching them fight against each other.
The Phantom.
There you go. Fantastic.
Yeah,
That's the Phantasm.
Dude,
That's another great one.
I think I saw that one.
Did
The
it?
first one was the first one I saw before I saw the Killing Joke and.
Well, that one's old too. That one's
That's
from
a
the
classic.
Batman animated
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
That was done right too.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously when you go to Marvel, their animated movies are ass.
They're garbage.
They're like 3D. They tried to do like the comic reel when they
Yeah,
with
it's
the voice
just
acting.
bad.
It was
It's just
bad.
Well, they did the Japanese, the anime style X-Men one, which was
Yeah.
really hard to watch. Like, and it was just so slow going too. The story was
Yeah.
like, come on, get fucking going. They tried to do an Ultimates animated version, which is essentially what the Marvel universe
I
is based
really
on.
need to catch up on all these animated stuff.
Do you have HBO?
If you haven't,
I do, but it's
They're all
my,
on HBO.
my time is limited to what I can watch by myself.
No, some of these would be okay for kids.
Yeah, you can watch
How
that.
old are your kids again?
No,
Oh.
they're gonna be 8.
Oh, okay.
But
You
if
made
you-
them watch Game of
The
Thrones.
Thrones, like this
Yeah,
is
no,
not
you
that
can have
bad.
one
It's
Game
not
of
that.
Thrones.
It's that they have to, like, they'll be distracting me and needing things and wanting to watch something else. It's
That's why
hard.
you
Like,
take them down.
Yeah, as I said, I was gonna make that joke. I'm like, you don't have duct tape?
Oh my god.
no.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you some brownies you can give to them.
No.
Trust me, they won't get off the
No.
couch for a couple hours.
Wow.
No.
Melatonin is what I give them.
Ah,
that doesn't work on me, man. I've tried
Hey,
that
okay,
before.
but see, that's the thing. Have you tried the different dosage? Because some people just start too high and it just does the opposite of that. That's what I learned. And then so you have to go a little lower and then it works.
So I was given probably about 16 pills. I took one.
How much was each?
And it did not make me tired, but when I did go to sleep, I slept extra long. So it did keep me asleep, but it just didn't help me go to sleep early, which is what I wanted.
It might have been you have to find the right dosage. Like for kids, it's only one. What is it?
Yeah.
Which one?
We know.
There's
all
a
of it
one.
pretty well.
There's a 5, 10. 10's too high.
What are we talking
Oh, melatonin.
Drugs.
Drain our kids. No, I'm
about?
sorry.
I just tell my kids to go to sleep.
Yeah. Well, no, my kids have a bedtime. Like they're.
Actually, like I said, go to sleep. Like go
They
in the
have-
beds.
they
Hey,
have
but they're teen boys because it
Yeah.
helps out. We were talking about
My
little
kids
kids
have
too.
they have a sleep schedule. They have to be in bed and asleep by 8.
Yeah.
They're
So
not
they,
preparing for them for the world at all.
what do you mean they're not even 8? They have to go to and my son wakes up without like missing it every
Yes.
morning at 5 a.m.
Eddie, please give us more parenting.
I know, right?
Eddie was an only child and does what he wants.
This is true.
Pretty much.
Why am I even explaining myself to you?
McDonald's toys every day.
The choir boy
Yeah, he
himself.
gets the Happy Meal, throws the fucking food out. I just want your toy.
And then an hour later says he's hungry, so turns somewhere else. to eat.
Take him to get some tacos.
His parents allowed him to play video games. Put pause, let the power on, so he can finish the game the next day. So
That's a true story?
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Jesus
My
fucking
dad would
Lord.
have like kicked
And
my
after
ass.
he beat the game, oh Miko, you did so good. Let's go get you a Happy Meal. Oh no,
I didn't have
am I
that
wrong?
childhood.
No, see,
You're right,
I
you're
remember.
right.
See, I remember. Daddy was loved.
Daddy
Daddy
was loved.
Daddy and mommy loved him so much.
Must have been nice.
We love you, Rob.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, I was loved, but it was just like not that kind of like get away with shit. No,
Mm.
I
I
am
was
very
loved, it just wasn't with, like, affection.
You know, that thing,
Yeah, that thing that makes love. Yeah.
Yeah.
So back, Corey,
So, well, let's bring it back to DC Marvel. I'm going to give, if we're talking movies and we're including animated movies, DC all the way.
Hell
If we take out the animated, I'm
Oh,
gonna,
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go
Marvel.
Marvel.
Yes.
Same.
But even if we get rid of the animated, I think it's a tough fucking fight. Just because some of the Marvel movies I'm not a big fan of, like what you're saying earlier, I don't really care for the Ant-Man films.
I think the
Thor
first
films
one
were pretty
was
garbage.
funny. The first two Thor movies were fucking horrible.
First two.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious that you guys did the first two, but you like.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok's
Yeah,
completely
Ragnarok.
different
It's
though.
completely different.
It's-
He's not brooding. It's funny. He's being himself.
I'm getting yelled at again.
The thing with the Hulk, is awesome. Just his like whole thing where the Hulk comes out and he's like, yeah, like it's a fucking hilarious.
It's a friend from work.
Right? He starts like
That line is
Which is the funniest fucking
yeah,
shit.
he
You're
starts
like,
burying his soul. He's like, I lost my hammer the other day. Things aren't going that great. He comes out. He's like, you're being a bad friend. Like that kind of shit is fucking hilarious. And you can see it's actually him being himself. Like his personality coming out.
Plus, you get Jeff
Golden.
Goldblum.
Oh, I love
Dude,
him.
I
I love him.
He's fucking sparkles. Like that shit is fucking hilarious. Like the melting of sticks.
That's
Like,
why I can't wait for the new Jurassic because he's gonna be in there.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I love
but yeah, but like that. I don't see how you don't like Ragnarok. Iron Man 1 was good. Iron Man 2 and 3 were.
I didn't say I didn't like
I don't know if
this.
I'm
It's
gonna
one of
call
my
garbage,
least
but they're
favorite.
not good.
They're not that.
Nah.
Wait,
Maybe
which
they're
one?
garbage.
Iron Man, which one?
Iron Man 1 is good.
Yes.
Iron Man 2 and 3
Right.
with Mickey Rourke. The second one was not good.
Yeah.
The third one with the
I didn't
Mandarin.
like. I didn't like
They
that.
them doing that to the Mandarin.
It's
Killed
so
him.
bad.
It was
Killed
bad.
I liked Mickey
Horrible.
Rourke. I liked that one.
Iron Man 2 when he's Whiplash.
Oh yeah.
There's-
Yeah, that was hot.
He's like,
That's, you got a thing for
There's
Mickey Rourke?
the thing is that
yeah, she did.
Have you guys ever seen Angel Heart?
Yeah, no, okay, but what I'm saying, like,
Oh,
it's
he
just-
was
Hey,
completely
the wrestler?
different.
Yeah.
I just don't
The
think that
wrestler.
in Iron Man 2, I don't think they really, the story wasn't really all there. Like,
Yeah.
It only goes spliced.
Yeah, and then the third one, that one just was garbage.
Yeah, they did with the Mandarin.
I
Which,
didn't like
like that was look at
because they made him seem such like a, oh my god, like this guy is like fucking like whatever he says, like anywhere in the world. It's
and then
something's gonna
Shang-Chi
happen.
makes fun of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was that. I mean, that was the twist, right? He's not really the villain. It's
Yeah,
this
but-
other
Yeah,
guy
he's supposed to
behind
be
the other
everything.
guys, which is
So
like
like,
whatever.
like Shang-Chi made fun of it. I didn't like Shang-Chi. I thought
I
the
like
fighting,
Shang-Chi, right?
I thought the
It was
fighting
alright.
was cool.
The fighting.
The fighting was awesome. I think the story was not good. I think they're gonna have a hard time selling him as going forward as one of the Avengers. To where you're gonna be like, oh, dude, fucking, let's go watch it because of him. It's like if you watch the Avengers, like, oh, some people are like, I watch it because of Captain America, or because of Iron Man, or because of whatever. Even with Black Panther, how that happened. Like, oh, I'm watching this because of Black Panther. I don't think anyone's gonna go and be like, I'm watching this because of the dude from Shang-Chi.
I mean,
No.
I think it was a good movie. I think it had there's a fan base that would go watch
Yeah,
it.
it did what
because-
it was supposed to do.
Well, no, that would watch an Avengers because of him.
I mean, I guess because everybody has their fans and stuff, but for me, it's just like, although like broad spectrum, it's like Ant-Man, like he said, like Ant-Man's a fucking punchline. It's like Shazam. If the next Shazam movie is like that one, I do not want to see Shazam anymore.
You
Because
know?
Shazam does get dark, and it's supposed to get dark
Yeah.
because of Black Adam and because of other shit that goes around with him. If you're gonna go campy and all that kind of shit again, I'm
I don't
good.
think they should go campy, but you gotta remember too, Shazam is a child.
No,
Yeah.
it
He is a
but
child.
d-
So
dark
he
shit
is not
does
as
happen.
mature as everybody
Yeah,
else.
but dark shit does happen
But
to
dark shit does
Shazam.
happen.
It's
Yes.
fucked up, dude.
Yeah,
that's-
dark shit does happen, and just like with like Black Adam coming out, you need to have a fan service for Black Adam to a point where like they said it's gonna be fucking brutal. They wanted to go rated R, but they couldn't get to that point. But they said some of the killing and some other shit's gonna be fucking brutal.
In Black Adam.
In Black Adam, they said Shazam 2 is gonna be darker. That's what I'm saying. If that's not true and they go still campy and let's make jokes and I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see that. If I want to see campy, I go watch. It sucks to say this, Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I want to see bright colors, campy, one-liners, that kind of shit, I go to Marvel.
Right,
because
if I
that's
want
what's
to feel
based around.
good, I'm gonna go see Marvel. But if I want to walk out just like bummed and depressed,
Hell
I go see
yeah. That's what DC is for, though.
I want to
I'm
see somebody
sorry.
die and be at the end and be
I want
like,
to
fuck,
be
that
pumped to go to
sucked.
the gym, like just be upset, like no rage type of shit.
No,
Yeah,
but it's true.
Yeah.
Like when you watch,
Hey,
when you watch
the
the
Joker-
Joker,
everybody
it made you feel like,
Ooh.
how bad is it that you know who the Joker is, right?
Mhm.
And at the end of the movie, you're just like, huh, I would have stabbed that motherfucker in the neck too. Oh yeah, I would have shot.
I
that
would've
dude in the
shot
fucking
that
head
dude,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Because he brought him on his show just to fuck with him and just to make fun of him and use him as a fucking punchline.
They pulled out the empathy out of people.
Exactly, and that's what a lot of people that work in the mental health did not like that movie.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, you're showing empathy for a killer. No, you're showing empathy for somebody that's been kicked and downtrodden and treated like shit their whole life, and they're
That's
finally
taken it to this point.
Yeah,
And that actually
One bad day.
It's one bad day.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a hero and a villain? One bad day, and that push happened when he was sitting there and those dudes were kicking him,
Mhm.
and it was it. He had the gun and he shot him.
It started off with him chasing those little brats, and he
and gets fucking whacked with a sign, and still goes back, and still in a good mood, saying, "Oh, kids will be kids," and then still gets shit. Oh, it's coming out of your check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You know what
gotta
I mean?
pay
Like-
for the sign they just beat you with.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
my point. Like when you watch DC, you're not. When you go to watch DC, like Aquaman did a great job of walking on that line, and you know the next one is going to go a little bit harder.
Yeah.
To a point where it's going to be a little bit more.
I can't wait to see more Mira in second Aquaman.
You mean all 5 minutes of her now?
all the turd.
I hope they make a Mira movie.
Oh man,
Oh,
it's gonna
God.
be super quick.
So they had cut her down to 10
So
minutes.
at
10
first
She
minutes,
doesn't even know if she's gonna be in the
Yeah,
movie.
now,
Yeah.
as of now.
Yeah, as of now, she doesn't even know.
But did you guys watch, like, they gave out spoilers of, like, what's gonna happen
No, no.
in trial.
No, they gave out spoilers of what was supposed to happen with her in the movie.
So you don't think that there's
I don't think no.
They talked about, like, a baby and,
Yeah,
like,
exact-
her
that's
being in a
done.
coma.
Hey,
Okay,
that's
so they're
done.
taking that
That
out.
might not even
Because
be
she was supposed to be in the movie, because the runtime of the movie is an hour, I think say 56 minutes or 55 minutes.
Mhm.
She was supposed to be in the movie for 45 of those minutes.
And then it went down to,
She's
like,
down to 10.
10 or
Now they're
15.
talking about they're down to 5.
Yeah.
So what you could have, and a lot of people are speculating that you could have Emily Clark
Oh, yes.
take her shit over.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
No?
Queen of Dragons?
Yeah.
Mother of
She'll
Dragons.
get
Because you do know, like,
Their
their
chemistry,
chemistry
is
is
good.
fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
their
yeah.
chemistry.
And that was one of the reasons why
Everything,
Walter Hamada was going to take her out of the movie.
Yeah.
Because they said a lot of people were like, Jason Momoa had to try super fucking hard
Yeah, it wasn't organic.
to
Their
push
chemistry was
their
not-
chemistry together. And the problem with that is his chemistry with Emily is so
Natural.
easy going to the
Yeah.
point where they actually thought about
And-
recasting her. See, that was her whole thing. Like, I was gonna get $7 million from Aquaman, and Walter Hamada got on there and was like, no, you were actually thinking of firing her.
Yeah,
So there was no money coming
yeah.
for extra money. We paid her $280,000
That, like,
to be in the movie, not $2 million.
I like
Not
how they
$2 million.
came out to be like, we weren't planning on doing this.
not $2 million. She's
Before
like,
all
I was
this
gonna get paid
happened.
$2 million.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're getting paid $280,000.
And for that reason, because they were, it just,
Yeah, they
the
were gonna
chemistry
cut it.
was not there.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. Where we got off on that.
Oh, that's
Dead
the one
fucking serious.
between love and hate.
Is that really? That's what it was?
I don't
know.
Okay. Yeah. So like Rob was talking about, if it adds animation, then DC wins.
For me at least.
Yeah, for me
DC
too.
wins.
If you
Correct,
got
yeah.
animation,
DC.
animation kills
Yeah.
Marvel.
Marvel's fucking universe, because there was a timeline.
Right.
They followed it. They went through it. You saw movies. You saw character development. You saw some fucked up shit happen. Now let me ask you a question: if the Snyderverse was brought to fruition
No.
the way it was supposed to be,
Fruition. Yes.
would it be better than Marvel?
No.
Not talking about. No, I'm talking about the whole vision.
So-
I'm not talking about just the Snyder cut.
You're talking about
and
the other
Man of
movies
Steel.
you wanted to do.
I'm talking about the other 3 movies and the Lantern Corps movie.
So that's tough to say because I'd have to have seen.
I know, but
those
I'm
to
just saying,
say.
like, if-
But from what I heard about the storyline, I would have really liked to see that. And if it wouldn't gotten spoiled for me from reading about it,
Yeah.
and I just saw those movies, probably would have been blown
Yeah,
away.
because Lois and
Who's-
Superman are supposed to have a kid because Bruce Wayne puts his life on the line and
That's
actually
true.
dies.
Yes. Yes.
And they name their kid Bruce, so and he idolizes Batman. And
Okay.
essentially what it is he becomes a souped up fucking Batman.
I don't
What?
I don't like her as Lois.
What?
Oh, what's her name?
Oh,
Amy
Amy
Adams.
Adams?
Amy Adams.
I don't,
Why?
I don't feel like there really is that chemistry between her.
I don't
and-
see it either, but it's kind of hard
I
to...
mean, I accept
Like,
it.
who could
but
you have? Like, I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of like who would you put in that role to be Lois Lane, to where you know her and Henry Cavill would have like chemistry. Because I get what you're saying. I don't see their chemistry. I think it's 2 people that are together, and that's awesome. But it's not like glowing off the screen. Like it's like Robert Pattinson. You don't like this, but Robert Pattinson and Zoe. It looked like they had great chemistry on screen together. I'm trying to think of somebody I would put with Henry Cavill where you could do it. I think Amy Adams was the best possible, and she is a good actress.
She is.
she is.
So
She
that's
is.
what I'm saying.
She is a
Maybe
great actress.
maybe he's the problem.
It could be him.
Oh,
it could be him.
When has the man ever been the problem, Eddie?
Oh, let's
The only thing I would say about this is, and I don't mean this as negative as it sounds, is I kind of don't care because I feel like Lois Lane in these movies should be secondary.
No, that's what, and I agree with you. That's why I said I'm like I deal with it, like I accept it, but in like general, I just don't.
No, I agree. Like, it feels stiff.
Yeah.
Like when they're on screen together.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't feel like.
But yeah, I
you're
accept
into,
it because
these two are into
that's
each
not
other.
the main thing. So yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
I think if Snyder Cut or the Snyderverse got flushed out, I think it would have been better than what that was, because there was actual arc and he loves the comics, and the people he had with him, around him, love the comics too. So they would have stayed 100%. It's like when they took out Darkseid, he was pissed. They took it out of the movie because he's like, that's our baddie, and he even said on the thing, on fan thing, that's our Thanos. That's our guy.
Essentially it is.
Yeah, that's our guy. That's our baddie from here on. They beat him, but they never beat him because you can't beat him, and that's the point. He even said, Darkseid is life. You can win in life, but you're never gonna out-duel life. He's always gonna be there. He's always gonna be a baddie. He's always gonna throw something else at you, and that's the point of him. Throwing Steppenwolf at them.
Yeah.
To everybody else, he was powerful, but once Superman got involved, it was a no-brainer because Superman was going to whoop his ass.
Right.
But when you bring somebody else, like a Brainiac or somebody else in there, they can beat Superman. A Black Adam can fuck up Superman. Can downright beat his ass. So that's my point. It's more of a point like, I think the Snyderverse was able to get pushed out, and some people in Warner weren't too busy about their fucking wallets than they were about actually putting out a good story. I think Snyderverse would have been on par, maybe a little bit better, because it would have been darker. Like, you would have saw like the Nightmare.
Yeah.
You would have saw an actual Ayer cut to where what it was supposed to be.
And we see Joker as we want him to see.
Yeah, because that was the Joker.
That was supposed to be the
Because that was the Joker.
Because
That was the Joker in the Ayer cut.
We can all agree that fucking long-haired Joker was way
No,
better than
but-
anything else we
yeah,
saw.
Bro.
That was Ayer's Joker.
Yeah.
That gangster with the teeth and the fucking tattoos and shit that were like all over the place. That was not what he wanted.
That was ridiculous.
So the long hair was what Jared Leto thought he was getting when he signed on for it, and then it changed because that was the transition. That's why Joker looked like that, because he was beating and killing people and shit. That was the transition from Ayer to Snyder, and that's why it was supposed to go, and it didn't happen though because the studio got involved. No, we need to make it more colorful. We need to make more, because other people, because look at what Marvel does.
We make it PG-13.
Exactly. Look what Marvel
we need to
does,
get
and
the
they
kids
make
in.
lots of money. So let's
But
go that
didn't
way.
it also have to do with his daughter? Well, he had
Well,
he's
that's why Snyder
he's-
stepped
yeah,
down.
He stepped away, and what the execs at Warner had told him was, we'll put it on hold. And everybody, Momoa, Godot,
Yeah.
everybody was just like, hey, we understand,
We're
we're
waiting
gonna
for
step
you.
away.
We're
As
gonna
soon
wait.
as he was not in contact anymore,
Uh-huh.
they were like, no, we gotta get back to work. Let's go.
Oh.
And they brought in Joss Whedon's ass, and they were talking so much shit. Like, Whedon's just like, oh yeah, this was my vision, this is awesome. And once it came out, they fucking bombed.
Well, and
Oh,
also
it
as
wasn't
soon
great.
as you heard that they're moving forward and they're reshooting everything and
Oh, yeah, it's all
you already
colorful and
knew,
shit. Yeah, you know it's gonna
like
be
the
nice.
digital
You know it's gonna
coverage
be
of
nice.
the beer. You're like, what?
Yeah, it was, because if you look at Snyder's cut, it's dark, it's gloomy, how it's supposed to be. Why would it be happy when your world's about to fucking end? And the way he did it, Flash was just a fucking punchline. That's all he was the whole fucking movie in Joss Whedon's thing.
And
He was a
Cyborg
goddamn
wasn't
fuck-
even.
Yeah,
the story-
Cyborg, you gave him
story didn't even make
like 4 fucking minutes.
He destroyed, like not destroyed, but they're outside of like that movie. They could have been more successful. He took away from,
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they're acting professionally. Like
yeah.
Kind of like they said, they tried to take something and like try to mimic Marvel instead of trying to do something different. And I feel like DC has tried to do their own thing, and this have not done it successfully. Like, you know, Marvel should have. Oh, no, I'm sorry. DC should have. They should have gone forward and created the kind of multiverse and this fucking time dimensional or time jumping and all that kind of shit way ahead of Marvel. And now Marvel's doing that. So anytime DC does anything like that, it's like, again, it's gonna look like they're copying. I think DC at this point, like, don't bother trying to redo those movies. Just move forward with what you got.
Do what you did with the Batman. Do what you did with the Joker. Do what you're doing on HBO. You have your platform to put Arkham Asylum. You have your platform to put the Penguin, to put like essentially their version of Gotham Knights, Batgirl, all that stuff. You put it there.
yeah, so they have the dark.
Yeah, they can put it there. You watch it, and then when the movie comes out, it's not like, oh, who the fuck is that? Oh, that's a transition into what this is of what's going on. I think that's what DC has going for it. For me, I think Marvel busted their nut on Endgame. And I think right now,
I don't
Spider-Man
think
kept him afloat.
I don't think they had a clear plan on what they were going to do after.
right.
I think them going back and forth on Blade and not wanting to use blood.
Yeah.
They're not using blood in the Blade show. So I don't understand how you're making a vampire movie where he kills fucking vampires
No blood.
and there's no fucking blood.
I didn't know that.
Morbius had one thing of blood, or two actually, on her lip and on his finger, on her finger. That was it.
Not even when he was drinking the damn blood. Out of
Right?
the
It was just more of a point. Like,
That's like blue stuff.
It was
Yeah.
all super clean.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Marvel's going towards
How do you treat
Disney.
things?
Oh,
So glad I got that on
Yeah,
the
now we have that.
Good shit. But that's my point. Like
The
Marvel's
technique is what I was looking
Yeah,
at.
oh,
But you gotta have the tongue out.
gotta drop your chin a little bit more.
I watch a lot of porn, trust me.
I know. I know.
He's like, I know what I'm doing.
Aerodynamic.
No, but that's my point. It's just more of a point. Like I think in game, like you said, they didn't have a clear focus. I think they busted their nut on in game, and I think going forward, it's like them trying to bring back Iron Man, and then trying to bring back all these other people because they're like, all right, do we honestly think these new people are gonna be able to push
Forward.
Because the guy who's playing Blade is not young.
No, he's not.
He's not young. He's 47 or 48.
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor, but how many movies are you gonna get out of him? Like, let's be honest.
Why couldn't we
I
get
feel like
Wesley
a 40-year-old
Snipes?
could play in a lot of movies, bro.
Yeah, we're talking about senior citizen Avengers. That's awesome.
What do you mean? Isn't like Christian Bale like 50 now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean
He's
we might
playing a
see
bit-
him in another movie.
Yeah,
He's
you
covered
might
in
see him in
makeup.
you might see him in a movie, but his whole thing is prosthetics.
Like honestly, Wesley Snipes I think would still be a great Blade.
Wesley Snipes is too difficult to work with,
He was an asshole.
and he's
But how do you know?
he's an
I
asshole.
think he's come.
No, he's still an asshole.
No.
No, because they asked
he
him.
went to
No,
Blade.
they asked him to
He's not
cameo.
reformed?
They asked him to cameo for the Blade thing, and he said no. He's like, you guys don't have enough money to pay me. Plus, this is what I want. This, and this, and this.
Really?
And they said no.
That's disappointing. I
That's
didn't know
but
that.
that's how he is though.
Yeah.
He's always been that way. There's just
Didn't
it's
we,
like how he likes.
didn't we talk about like
his
one of the
eyes?
episodes? No. How he got so petty with the cast.
Oh, the stickies.
Oh,
The sticky
yeah.
notes.
The Post-it
He
notes.
started doing post-it notes.
Yeah,
with
so he
Kevin-
wasn't talking about it on the
anything
movie.
else.
So he puts post-it notes everywhere.
And all his movies?
Yeah.
He doesn't
No,
talk.
no.
He got pissed in Blade 2.
It was Blade
Or
2.
three.
Blade
it was
3.
Blade
Blade
3.
3. So
Blade
he put
3.
post-it notes everywhere. So if you want to talk to Wesley, you couldn't. You had to read a note.
So Ryan Reynolds and
Yeah.
what's her face?
Jessica.
Well,
That's
from what I
what he
understand, he hated Ryan Reynolds because he felt Ryan Reynolds was stealing the show, which
He did.
Ryan Reynolds
Yeah,
did.
he was the
He
char-
did.
like,
Yeah, he was charming,
because
like-
Charming,
It was
yeah.
his movie.
It was his
and
movie.
Somebody else
Cannibal
was doing
King.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's his issue. Like he
But
has,
at this
But I do
point-
love Blade 2. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
throw that out there. I love Blade
Blade 2
2.
is
It's
good.
so good.
I think they
didn't
should have
know.
done Blade 2 first, and then 1, and then.
Okay, George, look this.
that is true.
I like
The way you're talking about, the way that
The story
Blade 2
plot.
should have gone first, and then the Blade 1, except for the introduction,
Yeah.
you could have done Blade 1, and then obviously the third one was fucking dog shit, but still.
That sucks because he's like he is not exactly he should take what he can get and like make the best of it instead
Why?
of still being
Because
wet.
once that ego's there,
Once your head
once
is
that
that
ego's
big,
there, it's like
it's-
Kevin James, the dude he used to love. He used to love Kevin James.
Who, you?
Until I told him
Fuck you.
stories.
Why you don't like Kevin? Why? What stories?
Oh, that dude's an
Oh.
asshole.
No.
He's a huge dick.
So,
Like, so
before he
when-
continues, he used to work security, so he was working.
So I used to
side to side.
moonlight. So I used to moonlight for shit. So I was a cop. So most of the time when we would go out, we would be there'd be like stars or people there. Kevin James is a dick. He wouldn't talk to people. He had security with them that would run interference. If somebody would ask him for an autograph and nobody else is around, he would charge them.
I'm so disappointed.
Like he tried to get people fired because like somebody didn't open a door for him.
Stop
Like his
it.
security did not. Like he would go through security like crazy because nobody wanted to work for him. That's how bad it is. It's just certain people you see that look awesome, like Ellen.
Ellen
He's a
DeGeneres.
Oh.
huge biatch.
Yeah, no, I know
Like,
that.
yeah, but
it
like-
finally came out because people like
Yeah.
started talking about it, and I just
That's
like
my point.
one or
A lot of
two.
people that you see that are like,
But Kevin James, I had not
nah, he's a huge. That dude's a
heard
douche.
that. No, I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, it's like certain people you see that look chill are super chill. Like this Momoa. If you look at his shit, he goes to random bars and just sits and chills and drinks with people.
Yeah, he's the same. Like he's chill.
Gabriel Iglesias is another
Yeah,
Canadian.
he's a chill dude. Dave Chappelle,
Yeah.
super chill guy, goes and just like has like
Does his thing and that's
goes in the park and he'll do stand up in the park.
Oh really?
He'll go bring a fucking
Speaker?
a speaker with a mic and go and sit there in front of any park and just stand there and be like,
I think
"Hey, dude, just do a fucking set."
I knew
Smoking a stogie.
Yeah.
with him. Like it made sense. I didn't think he was that type of person until he walked away from that contract.
From the money?
Yeah, from the money. At that point, I was like, okay, he isn't about that.
No, he's never been about the money. It was just about his vision
Mhm.
and his shit. And he paid for the first season of Chappelle Show on his own. So he felt like, they wanted to give him a co-host. They wanted to tell him he couldn't say the N-word anymore.
Mhm.
He's like, what?
That's what made it.
like-
It's Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
It's not Chappelle Show
Oh, what's
plus
the
one.
fucking thing? That story he tells? Like they give him shit because he's the F word.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
yeah,
like, you can't say that. And he's like, okay, like, but you guys let me say the N word, but no problem. Like, why is that? Well, because you're not gay, Dave. And he's like, well, I'm not a fucking N word either. But yeah, you let me say that. And I'm like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, damn, that's just fucking real right there.
Yeah. This is more of a point like
Yeah.
games and shit.
So yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Well, things
So
I
that
learned
was
today.
huh?
Things I learned today.
There you
Wesley
go.
Snipes and ass.
Yeah.
And
Kevin James.
Kevin
and
James.
ass.
And if you just type in tranny poop porn, tons of shit will come up.
Literally, tons of shit will come up and down and all around.
I
Oh,
watched
God.
3 of the most disgusting things I've seen today.
We'll forward it to you.
Oh, that's
You'll forward it. You'll forward it. It'll be on the. It'll be on the
So-
IG.
That probably should be in one of our next segments about
Yeah,
that.
that's great.
Yeah.
Not that specific.
I don't know what next week's show is about. Oh, next week's show is my show
Oh shit! What's the show about?
because it's my birthday. So next week's show is my show.
Your birthday.
It's not gonna be at 5, is it?
No.
Okay.
5 and 5.
I will not.
We didn't get any phone calls this week.
I know. I was gonna say what we were not continuing that. There was the 2 girls.
No, because I won't let Eddie pick
Oh yeah.
because I didn't open it up this week.
Yeah.
So you want
You
You what?
Take your pick, Eddie. We have all these ladies for you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Want?
I don't know. I'll tell you later.
Like they're.
Bitch, I gotta put it on here right now.
This guy.
I don't know. Weren't you guys supposed to pick?
Yeah,
You
I'm
just-
picking the first one.
Look,
Okay.
fish.
I'm picking the first one.
Fish. He's tired. He wants to go home.
He wants to go home.
No, he wants to
nap.
pick me, but he can't.
Why can't he?
Well, because that wasn't part of the.
I know, but I'm just asking a question. I'm just throwing it out there.
Actually,
why
we already
can't-
had our
I'm-
date.
We had, yeah, there you go.
The
We
one,
had
are you talking about the one she showed up late for?
Yes.
First
Remember the one where you were
first
sitting
of
down and you
all-
were looking like somebody who didn't have anybody?
Yeah.
And they thought I was imaginary. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I wasn't late, by the way. He told me be there.
You know what? We should do one for you too.
Ooh.
You're online dating.
Let's
And
be
we
honest. We probably
That
got
would be
tons of dudes in
scary.
the car.
Right?
Oh,
How
yeah,
easy
yeah.
would that be?
But
to
that
apply?
would, but then it's not. How are we gonna know if it's not like some that I don't, that shouldn't be calling?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why we filter. Like, so it's let's say like 6 dudes call, right? And we talk to all.
6, that little. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Typical woman. Thinks 6 is little.
I'm just kidding.
You know what? Fuck you. No date for you now.
All right, so let's just say 6 guys call in, right? And we talk to them.
You
so,
guys asked the question.
Yeah, we asked the question. So we wanna. So we need their IG.
Okay.
And we need their Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, and we need their number.
Okay.
So essentially, we get all 3 of those things.
Oh, so I would know like this is.
Yeah, so you would know if someone's just like, hey, I'm 6'3" and 260, and then they show up.
And then Eddie shows up.
Eli shows up.
No,
and
it's
you're
not
just
even just that. It's like
You're not,
people
you're
from
not,
the past that I don't like. Oh, this is I'm gonna call in and like.
Yeah, no, that's not my
Wow.
point. Like, it's more of a thing. Like we're it's.
We're gonna filter it so it's all.
Yeah, we're
We'll be a
filtering.
filter. We'll be a
So
filter.
essentially, like, let's say 6 guys call in, and you like we show you the IG, and you're like, no.
I wouldn't.
No, but it can be somebody from your past.
Oh,
it's
oh,
like me. If I was
yeah.
single, you guys doing it for me,
Oh,
or
yeah.
like you guys, I see an ex-girlfriend on them, like nah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nah.
wait. How many can she veto? Does she have veto power over everybody?
No, she has veto power of people she knows.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. If you know
That's
the
the only
person,
veto power you
veto.
have. It's someone that you know, and if someone's lying,
Well, how are we
How?
gonna know if they're fucking
easy
lying?
because if we have their IG sitting here and
Oh,
they're,
okay.
and
You're
they're like,
just saying if they're catfishing.
yeah, they're catfishing. Like, oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
they can't have an IG that's like, oh, they
It's a
just
fake account.
Yeah,
We'll
they
know.
have like 3.
Yeah, we can tell it's a fucking fake account.
We
like,
know when it's
looking
a
at
fake
shit.
account.
Yeah. So like, you have a fake account or whatever.
I don't know what fake accounts look like.
It's
I didn't
pretty
even know
fucking-
that was a
I
thing.
pretty
assume, I
fucking
assume
weird.
all those girls from Skopovia that are calling me are real. You mean those hot chicks are not into
they're
me?
not real.
The
They're not real.
22-year-old don't want to date the 46-year-old? Fucking my life sucks.
They're not real. But that would be a good thing. Like, you could put it out there, like, oh, it's essentially like and we'll put this out there right now, okay? For what, I mean, I don't know. I'm just going off of what I think. You're not getting laid on your first date. So if you're calling in and that's your point here, then I'm gonna get some ass on the first night, do not even call.
Exactly.
Because if you say it during the fucking thing, we will bombard you, and I will go off to a point where I will just let loose on you. And if I do, it's gonna be fucking bad.
Yeah.
And then if Rob joins in, it's really gonna be fucking
What are
bad.
you talking about? I'm a sweetheart. I'm like, please, Johnny, why aren't you fucking these guys in the first date? How do you know if you want a second date if it's no good?
I don't want someone that's gonna talk about are you gonna be sucking my dick? Are we gonna like go get lit? No.
Whoa, don't make it dirty. Make it romantic.
Yeah, will you give me a reach around? Like, that's romantic.
French
you both get nothing at that point.
Don't get too direct. Be like, you know what?
Are you comfortable with
Ease your way on in.
Yeah, I get What's doing shit today? Like,
I don't know.
So we will filter it out, and we will get to a point where we're like, all right,
the shit, that's why.
we get these 6 people or how many people, and we filter out their IGs, and then like they can win a date with you, and it'll be the same thing with Eddie. Okay. So when I contact Melissa or Michelle,
the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Good job.
Really thought hard about that decision. First one.
So we'll contact her. It's like if she lives far away, we'll do a Zoom date. So we can record that, and they can eat, they can talk, do whatever.
I like it.
Do the thing. So if you have somebody that's like close by, then we can do a date, and we'll be there, so you don't have to worry about what this person looking stupid. I'm a pretty big individual, and I can use Eli to hit him with.
You guys are gonna be like five tables away, like don't mind them. This is our date.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
no, but that's
gonna be all awkward. We're gonna be on the table just looking at her with that creepy eyes, like, yeah, we see you over there.
No, that's one of my point. Like, you should be able to, if you want to have a date with Erika, you should be able to. Horrible to say. Perform. You should
perform with a bunch of guys standing around looking at you.
You should be able to focus on her, even with us around.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because when you're out with her by yourself, you're still have to be able to focus on her.
Be okay
with other people around.
Be okay with people watching.
Exactly. Because people are gonna watch. So it's more of a point. You have to be able to keep her attention.
True story.
Exactly. That's my point.
Shit,
so you too. Guess what, Eli? We're doing it with you too, motherfuckers. Get happy.
You don't have to do it for me. I got 21-year-old girls from some foreign country.
She's already taken like $8,000 from him already. So
hey, you're talking about that girl from Nova Scotia?
Yeah.
You know what's funny though, because when I do flip through the dating ones, there's always like some Russian girl or something. It's like, oh, I'm just looking for somebody nice. I'm like, 22, super hot, and you want to move here? Like, okay, I see why you liked me. Yeah.
I need my visa.
Right? Seriously.
I need that visa. So Eddie's gonna go on his date. I'm gonna make sure I set that up. If she lives far away, I'm gonna DoorDash her food while they sit and have a nice meal. Erika's either gonna be next week or the week after.
Okay, so
going.
All right.
What?
No, so all we're gonna do is say that I am gonna do it, or should I put like also like a kind of like a profile of like.
No, you didn't make a profile.
Gotcha.
Promote a profile of what I'm like.
No, you can do that too if you want. Okay. It's just more of a point. Like we're promoting it to so if a guy wants to call in or guys want to call in to be able to talk to you to get a date or whatever, they can do that.
Because that way I can put like what I like and don't like.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah.
He's like, what? I was just getting.
I'm thinking this somehow is leading into your fetish episode.
It could be.
Oh my god.
You could I have to wear diapers and it's gonna be great.
Usually it's feet. The guys like they usually are like.
I never got to think about it. I know a lot of guys are like feet.
Yeah, that's.
My buddy at work, Saul, loves fucking feet and buttholes for some reason. I fucking swear. Like that's his thing. Like feet and buttholes. Like first time he got a girlfriend, he's like 21 now. Really nice kid. Yeah. He's super cool. He's just fucking weird. And like he got a girlfriend. I told him the first girl that gives it up to you, like you're gonna be in love with her. You're gonna move her into your house. No, I want first fucking girlfriend he gets. Boom. Moves her into the fucking house. I rub her feet like every night. I was like, oh, that's nice because she doesn't work. Why do you fucking rub her feet? I like feet. I was like. He said it so serious and stared right at me.
It is a thing.
It is a thing. I did it. I mean, maybe at a certain date 2 or 3, Erika will let you rub her feet. I don't fucking know.
We'll work our way into that.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. We're gonna get so many weird fucking guys.
Oh my god.
I already know.
Yeah.
So many weird
What do
guys
you mean?
here now. One of you fucking weirdos was looking up fucking tranny poop porn earlier.
I didn't do that one more time. So does anybody have anything to say before I before we go? No?
Gentlemen,
Everybody's
Rob?
good?
I wasn't late to that date.
I
Lunch
mean,
date.
you weren't late if the date was the next day. Gotcha.
It started as a brunch and it ended up as late.
I told you I was
told
not
you.
going to be available until after, what did I say? Not until after 10:30. And you're like, I'll see you there at 10:30. I was like,
Wait, you said after 10:30.
No. Like, my kids don't get picked up till like 10 or 10:30. So therefore, there's no way I could be where he wants me to be at that time. So he knew that. Huh?
Were you trying?
Was they trying to be there?
Yeah.
There was no way. I have my kids until that time. So how could I? All right. Sure.
Fucking hilarious.
I was not late.
Got to pull this thing all the way up, no? Like,
Yeah.
On the outside, it's still daylight outside.
No, that's it. It's important.
The sad thing is I don't play
It's
video
because that way
games.
What?
I gotta get home and play this one game.
It's gonna go down?
Play your
That's the
game.
clip.
So I played this Marvel Strike Force. This is a mobile game, but they're releasing like a 5 new characters. I mean, it's a time fucking thing. So I gotta get home to my iPad so I can tap buttons on my iPad.